Hey guys, we are live now. Welcome. This is the 4-year anniversary live stream. Katie will be with us.
Wahoo!
Katie will be with us in. Katie will be with us in a moment. We were just pointing out that Maria didn't realize that her shirt matches her blanket, which is funny because it matches it really perfectly on
Yeah,
screen.
it's really. I mean, in person, the shirt's a little bit darker, but you can't really tell here because the blanket's in shadow caused by moi. Hi,
Is
guys.
that a slightly puffed sleeve on your shirt?
Yes, it is a little puff
Oh,
sleeve.
I love that.
Thank you.
I can't believe you defended shoulder pads in that
I
video. That would have been
freaking
such a.
love shoulder pads. Bring
They are
them
a
back.
gift. Yeah, where did they go? Why did we stop doing that? I know the 80s was a little bit weird for everyone, but let's move on.
Yeah. Shoulder pads.
So awful. Everyone is done up, looking good, guys. Thank you. I tried. This is a new shirt.
I'm having Kyle has the Big Bird shirt, so I'm having him bring it in because I can't find it.
That'll be fun.
Well,
That'll be good. Yeah, guys, Katie will be back in a minute. If you guys, let's see, we got 30 people. That's not too bad. Did I post this everywhere I was supposed to? Yes,
Yeah.
I believe I did.
it's live on the channel.
It is live on the channel. I put it on the
Slander in the comments.
Oh.
Will's got a fan.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, so we have, as you'll see, the two interns are with us. We decided to include them in this, especially because they actually read a good amount of the books.
And I did not.
so-
I was thinking about it. This was such a Maria light year.
You know what I realized that's very sad? You and I think I told you this, you and I only did one book together. We did Mexican Gothic together, when that used to be like the mainstay of the channel was you and me doing books together.
Yeah.
So coming year, we got to do better.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
we
it's-
will.
But no,
About my
They've been-
1 year anniversary too, because in October was I think when we did a regular witches together.
mhm.
Yes,
Yeah, I
it
think
was
so.
because that was
The
when
hurricane.
The hurricane happened and my home flooded and we started having to
Oh, yes.
bring in peeps.
Hey, Moncherie. Gotta go, but popping to say congrats for 4 years of independent journalism. It's catching on.
Yay!
Okay, this is a
Thank
shirt
you, bye.
that Val designed for me to troll Maria. And this is how you know there's real friendship going on between the five of us.
My neighbor
It is,
did
if you
that.
guys don't know, there's that animator Maria really likes, who does
My neighbor
like,
Totoro.
Right, yes, who does like Sesame Street characters, right?
Nope.
She hates that I say that about it. So
Spirited
So-
Away, Sesame Street. Totoro, Sesame Street.
well, he's like Big Bird. He's like,
Princess,
Mononoke?
Mononoke,
Mononoke.
Sesame Street. It's just and like
there's a large wolf and boar in it.
never so much slander of anything that is so sacred. Will's a
But
menace.
yes, so hold it up again, Val. This is the shirt she designed.
Yeah, I took
She
one of the
photoshopped.
little like duck creatures from Spirited Away and just zoomed them up real big and put them in a scene in Totoro. And I
And
found the
it's cool- and then-
Totoro font for My Neighbor Big Bird. It was great.
And it's like the actual Japanese Sesame Street in Japanese, which I think is so cool. So yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I wore that to troll Maria when I went up and visited.
For like 2 minutes, and the thing is, that's
Well,
not
it's
even
there
what
to
he
troll.
was. It's not even what he was wearing when I got there. I got there and
You went to change.
yes, like it was the next morning because we'd had a nice little sleepover at Katie's house. Like I'm making breakfast, and then he just walks in and he's like, eh, and I was like. At first, I was like, "What is happening? What am I being shown?" And then I realized, and then he just immediately took it off.
I'm fat. All right. Thanks for telling everyone on the public live stream that I have trouble fitting in some t-shirts, Maria. It's really nice. Why don't I tell them about your eyebrow problems because you're Greek?
Your
Yes.
eyebrow problems.
Listen, I'm Greek. I'm hairy AF. This requires much manicuring. I have zero shame.
Oh, I also
Zero.
have eyebrow problems. These aren't here. That's blonde.
So see, we have the opposite eyebrow problems. Mine grow up my forehead. Like
Oh, no.
they would literally.
They're trying to meet. They're
No.
like Adam.
If
They're
I
like
let
David
them-
and God. in
There
that
are
picture.
times where I'm plucking up here, guys. It's it be wildin'.
Well,
be
on
wild.
at least you have something to pluck away. Like if you would have the blondie naughties, you're like, well, I wish I had eyebrows. Wow, what a wonderful day that would be.
It's so upsetting because my brother has like really good, strong, dark eyebrows, and he and I both were
Mine too.
like blonde babies growing up. And I'm like, why do you get those? That's not fair.
It's so unfair.
No,
I have been told I have great
The
eyelashes.
men get all the good stuff. I don't know
They
why it
do.
is.
My brother also has crazy eyelashes. Like, listen, we all have eyebrows and hair in my family, but his eyelashes curl. So mine are long AF, but they just go straight down. His curl up. It's unfair. Why?
So unfair.
Yeah, Kyle's too.
Mine are
It's
slowly
insane.
again trying to meet with my hair. They're just
Yep.
slowly going like a delta.
Mm-hmm.
Should say Nananon said, I'm so glad that after months of randomly being recommended Maria's face next to Savior's Champion, which I knew nothing about, I've finally decided to check y'all.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
I really should try redoing those
Hi, Katie.
thumbnails.
Hi.
Such excitement.
Katie's dealing with house yard problems. So she was
Not
meant to be
problems,
with us-
solutions, but I've been busy all day, so I had to freshen up a little bit because I was very sweaty.
Freshen up is usually what
Oh my
people say
gosh,
before
do you have
sex.
cute little piggy tails?
Yeah, well, it's because it's greasy hair,
Aw.
so I have to try to like make it not look like greasy hair.
I love
It's-
it.
It's 2000s girl.
You're a champion for showing up. Like, if I had just been out with the horses and got in and we're all sweaty and angry, I would not be showing up in this live stream. I'd be like, screw you guys, I'm going
She
home.
also might be injured, just FYI.
What? Her? If she
Yeah.
came back from dealing with horses?
Horses.
Oh,
Why,
horses.
have you
She
been
also
injured
might have
Oh, yeah.
some
recently?
bruises.
Yeah, Will likes talking about my bruises. They probably don't show on camera.
Horses
Is it
are
from horse?
sinister
Yeah.
creatures.
Those are the small ones. I had
Sinister.
nippy horses. Yeah.
I don't trust them.
Okay.
Cute.
Is the chat still going? It suddenly stopped, it looks like.
No, I saw.
Still going?
So
Okay, as
Chris
long as-
M said the Savior's Champion, the gateway roast to unresolved textual tension.
Yeah. That's the one. Okay, do you guys want to get started
Hello,
first? Or do you
Rachel.
guys... I forgot to remember to tell everybody to bring... We'll do that later then. Yeah, do you guys want to go over some like channel lore first? Or you guys just want to jump into the rating?
Let's
kind of
do
thing?
let's do some channel lore. Any questions? How many people do we have? I can't see for some
44.
reason.
44.
Oh, 44. Shit. I'm fucking doing my hair in front of 44 people.
That's
Yeah.
cool. You
It's
look
on
like the
brand.
Japanese character with the Japanese characters with the mutton chops going to the side.
Oh, the mutton chops? Did you just call these mutton chops?
Yeah, they look
Thanks.
kinda
That
like it,
makes me
right?
feel great. Thanks.
Katie doesn't want to jump off a bridge. Well, thanks.
Look, if I see it, I have to say it. It's one of the rules of being my friend, and it's an unfortunate
Foot,
one, and I apologize.
mouth.
Also,
So-
if my dogs bark, I apologize to everybody. Again, we have 7 people in our backyard right now doing yard work. So it's like a whole construction zone. So unfortunately, every now and again, the dogs freak out.
Okay,
Hi,
so
Max.
we've done.
I bet your Alfredo will be delicious.
Gotta make an elevator. Max is one of our oldest. He's back from year 1. So good. To
And literally one of our first patrons. I think he was
Yeah.
month 1. So we got some, and also I think Chris M is one of the oldest too. They were making tons of comments before even joining the Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah, they would tend to make like one video. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And then also Jennifer, who doesn't type a ton, but she's an old one. So.
Old one.
Yeah. Forever.
Are you guys hearing a little feedback, or is that just me?
A little bit,
Is it-
I
yeah.
hear a little.
Is it since I came?
Yeah,
It
I
started
think
just
so.
now, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me turn down my audio
Yeah,
and
or
like feedback
mute-
is in like what kind
Mute
of feedback?
yourself really
Like a-
quick and then
Okay.
Like a rustling sound. It sounds
Wait.
like
It's still happening.
Yeah, it's like a crackle.
it's a
not Katie.
crackle. It sounds like a
Okay, let me
USB wire that isn't connecting properly.
Yeah, you check Maria and you check Val because
let me
I can't hear it, so
unplug-
I don't know.
let me unplug the mic that I'm not actually using and see
Oh,
if
and
that's
hey,
good.
Elle, looking at you making pesto. Ha ha ha! Can I?
Oh
be
my
your
gosh,
friend?
everybody's making
I make
pasta,
pesto.
which is so funny because my husband is downstairs making pasta right now.
Oh, like real?
How's-
Is he making the pasta, or is he like?
He's not
preparing
making the pasta, he's making the sauce though from scratch. And the sauce is a he called it something. It's a pepper cheese or something like that. I don't know. He
Pepper
called it
cheese?
something special.
Pepper jack?
And no. I mean, he literally was grinding pepper, and it's a pepper
Oh.
butter cheese thing that I guess he saw online. I don't know. He just watches YouTube cook people.
Butter cheese. That sounds like carbonara. With
I mean, it's not whatever it is
pecorino?
he's making. Wait, pecorino?
Yeah,
pecorino
Yes.
cheese.
No,
Yeah.
that just sounds vaguely like what he said. I'll ask him. But anyway,
Aw.
so yeah.
You know what I
Um,
bet it is? I bet it's what is it when you just have pepper and pecorino cheese?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't remember.
What is
Whatever-
that? What is that?
Whatever
called?
that is, that's what he's doing.
You
Yeah.
grind it and then you
Cacio e
just
pepe.
cacio e pepe. Yeah,
That's what he's
that's
doing.
it. Yes, he's doing cacio e pepe. I was
All
like,
right, I was
I know
gonna-
those
Wow.
ingredients.
I was
I don't
gonna
know what that
comment
means.
some. Larissa, I found you guys here, slowly going through all your videos. Thank
Yay!
you. And Rachel says, I'm not an original. I was brought in by the Roast of Saviors champion.
I mean, that's-
It's okay.
Still,
It-
like, vaguely original, though. I mean, like, look,
Welcome.
Savior's Champion's been a hot second. Are you eating a yogurt? I thought that was a Jello for a second.
Yeah, it's
and I
a
was like,
yogurt. I
Aw.
forgot. It's noon here. I'm like kind of having breakfast.
That's why this is so late in the day, for the people wondering. We got to deal with Cali time.
I texted
yeah.
Will at 10 this morning, and I was like, I'm ready for the stream.
No, what you texted was, you can tell you're not a woman because you're not busy getting ready. I was like,
Is that
for the stream that's at 3? Yeah.
I messed up. I messed up this weekend multiple times. My mom was like, let's go to the farmer's market. I was like, absolutely, let's go to the farmer's market, which is in the morning. And then I remembered that we had the live stream, and I was like, oh, Mom, we can't go to the farmer's market. And it's the anniversary live stream. Got to do it. We didn't have a book to read this week, so I forgot.
what do you wait? What do you mean? Oh, yes, that's right. You're not part of
She's
it.
not
Okay,
on,
that's
Yeah,
content
I'm not part of on that. But anyway, and then I realized that the stream's at 3, and we
want
could have gone to the.
I want everybody to realize, literally yesterday, I messaged on Maria and Will's shared chat with me. It's at 3 p.m. tomorrow,
No,
right?
but that's-
Maria saw it. It's
No.
Maria saw it.
Wait. That's when I told my mom we'd already canceled the plans.
Oh.
Katie sent the message,
Oh.
and then I was like, oh, because by this point, Christopher's like, actually, I'm too tired to go to the farmer's market. So by the time I realized we could do the farmer's market, our ride had already said he wasn't going because he'll go with my mom's without me. He's very nice like that. And so then we
He's an
went
old man.
shopping. I bought a fall and winter wardrobe. So
Now
Isn't
that
it
you
nice
actually
to have
a
money?
fall and winter.
yeah, now
Are
that
we
I
going
have
to
to have
see it
seasons.
on camera?
That too.
So this shirt is actually part of it. It's actually like a thicker one. It looks really cute. I got these cute high-waisted
You have
wide leg
such-
pants.
Excellent taste.
Thank you. And then I
She
also
does.
bought this today, which is
Oh.
super pretty. We bought a ton of new art, and I threw it up. So
Did you get it from TJ Maxx?
yes, I did.
I knew
Of
it.
course I did. Of
Maria's
course.
a house, if you guys ever see pictures of it, it's so gorgeous. It's very Pride and Prejudice by way of like a little bit more modern like sensibilities. Sense and modern sensibilities. It's very
Classical
nice.
modern classical.
Don't know enough terms.
I will
No,
post
more like
I don't know.
photos.
cottagecore.
I'll post some photos and videos in our Patreon. So if anyone's like, man, I really want to see it, it'll be in the Patreon. So
By the way, sorry. I'll try not to get too loud. I have a sound gate, so it cuts you off when you do a certain thing. That's too loud.
Okay. All right. So
The
I
laugh
think
was too gremlin. It was like
the goblin laugh. Yeah. So I think most people by now know the advent of the channel. The reason we have interns now, though, is a little bit more this year.
they're not interns anymore.
They're still interns. They're not getting paid, so they're interns. They are. But anyway, the what happened is that Maria had several months of homelessness,
Looks like
and then moving in-ness, and so she, while she was gone, I was like, okay, we can bring in some of my other friends to talk that I met through the podcast. They're very
They're really disrespectful, talking over you.
While because like
I didn't even hear that part. I was too busy thinking the capybara was a nipple.
But
you can get one of these that looks like a nipple.
Oh no!
I bet you can. But yeah, so I'm sure everyone has noticed that I have not been in as many videos as I have previously this year, especially, and we'll realize while we're doing the rankings, Real Maria Light. And so, number one, thank you for Will for coordinating everything so that I was able to. And I have missed the channel quite a bit, and all of that. I will have to do a recap video. I did a live stream previously with our patrons that I think got posted to the channel, Will.
Mm-hmm. What happens is because it was a live stream, people don't see it as much. Like this video, we'll live stream it, but then I'll take it down and post it as an actual video for next week. But.
Yeah. And just huge thanks to Elin and Val for covering and filling in, and Katie for doing tons of, because like I don't want to say I was like one of the backbones of the channel.
What Maria's very proud of, and proud of is the right term, is that she has a charisma, unlike some of us, such as myself or William.
What about me?
And
no,
I'm not including you two. You two don't. I'm talking about the original three. I'm saying
I have tons of charisma.
Shush, William. We do not have that charisma, and so she thinks that because she did street performances and she knows how to present herself.
That's not what I meant. I meant I was in a ton of videos, and I'm the face of the what are they called?
Continue.
The thumbnails.
The thumbnails.
I actually yesterday I was going through the numbers to see if we could get some funny stats, and one is that Maria has been in 128 thumbnails, and the next highest person is Katie at 44.
So
it means you should use me as more thumbnails and the other two ladies too. So yeah.
Well, what's very funny is that the way I did the thumbnails is I have 4 unique faces, and then I've repeated one of my faces 14 times when I have to pair it with one of the interns.
Yeah, it's the same face every time. But
just me going.
Every single time I'm like, "Will, stop."
It's
stop.
the same one.
You are. It's really funny.
But yeah, what I was trying to say is I was in a ton of videos before, so me going on hiatus meant that, people had to slot in. And I really appreciate that. It made a lot of very difficult times easier, but I missed it, and I'm happy to be back. And also glad that we have people.
Can we just appreciate this?
We'll promote each channel with more and more blonde women. It is weird. It is weird.
That's what I said too. I was talking to Christopher, and I was showing him all of the thumbnails, because number one, my very sweet, lovely partner didn't understand what a thumbnail was when I said I was in 125.
Stop it. What an old boomer.
Once I showed it to him, he goes,
funny.
"Oh, that's what those are called." But anyway, so I was showing him, and he goes, "Who's that blonde? Who's that? And he was like, "I thought there was one blonde." I said, "No, there's
I thought there was one blonde. You mean Katie?"
Yeah. And then I was like, "No, there's 3 of them, and then there's my brown-haired ass." As far as they're like, I don't want to say, guys, that Will has a type, but
you are the first person I asked to start this podcast with. It's not my fault that I also met 3 blonde
so now we
women who are
know
really intelligent.
that. Now that we know that she was your first pick.
I mean, I literally asked you, I think, within 5 minutes.
You did. I'm just teasing.
I literally was like, "Hey, Maria, do you want to start a podcast?" And then to Katie, I was like, "Hey, me and Maria are going to start a podcast. Do you want to join?" It was like literally about a 5-minute
I'm teasing. Anyway, shall we? Are we deep enough into this to get started now?
I did want to give a shout out. Before we start, I did want to give a shout out. They're not here, but I wanted to give a shout out to Angry Otter, who is the silent member of this team. They hold it down on the Discord. They've been really helpful in that respect. They're the
mother of the
dragons.
Discord. The mother of otters.
The mother of otters.
The mother of otters. And just like what a champion.
No. Let's like
They are-
rephrase though.
She's
Yes.
the hero we did nothing to deserve.
The hero. I
are
like
the
that
hero.
better.
But yeah, okay. So here you guys are gonna get to see the thing I had to make so that we could visualize who read which books. And I've shown this to a couple of you guys before. Let me see if I have it here. Yes. Okay, there we go. Oh, thanks, James
Oh
Cardona.
God, what the heck is this? Oh yeah,
Also, I can
thank
hear my
you,
voice in one
Jamie
of your guys'.
Cardona.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yay.
Is that a wait? Can we just appreciate this? For a second?
Anniversary.
Is that a doggo? Is that a doogie?
That is in fact a dog.
A
That-
Oh,
doggo?
he's so pretty.
a very cute one?
Oh my gosh, this is a complicated little sheet.
The OG trio meant that plot summaries would take half the video, and we would love.
And also there was something else. I did like that. But Maria plus Katie minus Will equals ADHD side quest.
Side quest,
Yes,
yep.
correct.
Indeed.
I was so stressed out during your Calabasas.
You guys are too much. Not you guys. I don't know why
I
I'm
was
saying
like,
you guys. Like
please
it's a
hurry
whole.
up.
Like that's how much Will has like predominance. Is that it feels like there's multiple Wills at any given point. And so when Will was freaking out, I was just like, oh God, peanut gallery, chill. Like,
Like, it's fine. We've got
It's
this,
fine.
Dad. Like,
So
father.
funny.
I'm pretty good at
Yeah.
keeping people on track with the plot stuff, and still you're in the comments like, why don't you guys do it in this order?
I know.
So the way
We
I
have a
had
good
to do
question.
that.
Well,
Speaking of Discord, your Discord account is private, and not all people can access that unless the person is a member of your Patreon. Yes,
Correct.
That is true. Okay, so the way that I had to do this, you guys see, I'm using.
I don't even
Canva,
know what's
so-
happening on this.
Okay,
a lot of books.
usually I would break it up into books that me and Maria had done, me and Katie had done, Katie and Maria had done, or the three of us had done, right? To go through. Here, I needed to keep track of who had done what books, and that led to this. So we can see, we start with Maria. I'm not on here. I just read 38 books, okay? I remember which ones I read. So me and Maria read Mexican Gothic, but she also read 16 with Katie. And then she also read 3 with me and Ellen. Ellen read, in total 15, but she read 6 here, she read 2 here, and then she read these 3 here, and then these 2 here, which she read with Val and with Katie.
this is the most chaotic thing I've ever seen.
I now
This is
understand
so
how your brain
intricate.
works.
Yeah, that's what's up. You're welcome, guys. I'm
The
always
king
telling
of
Maria, I'm serious.
compartmentalization.
I'm serious business.
He
That's
is
all there is
serious
to it.
business.
Yes. So this is how I'll know who to ask for which rankings as we
Well, I'm glad you
go.
know.
Yes.
I remember the books I read.
Here, let's start then with me and Maria. We will start with.
I can't
Mexican-
believe that was the only one we did together this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That was just you and I. That's absolutely crazy, Will. We definitely have to fix that.
This is real quick. Can I just
lukewarm.
say your impressions upon me of this book are basically as such. I'm sad. This was not good enough.
Yes.
Betrayed by my people is the way that I like to say it. Betrayed by my people. Really
Are you
quickly, we
Mexican?
should go through. No, but Hispanic. Okay.
Is that someone's garage?
It's mine, unfortunately.
Mute yourself for a moment.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry, my mouse isn't working. Oh my god.
The foghorn.
Okay, it's fine now.
Never mind, it's gone.
By the time she panickedly
Michael
That
found
was
the
a very
mouse.
eldritch sound. That was just like.
It's so my office is the loft above
Yes.
the garage.
Yes.
So the garage door is opening right here, but beneath. So the entire room just goes.
Eden Yell says, as a data analyst, I have questions.
Questions.
Mostly
Oh, for the-
why.
What you mean for the graphic? That's
Yeah.
so funny.
This is how my brain works. I have to subdivide and divide.
It actually looks
Okay.
great. I'll be frank with you. It looks great. It definitely is
Right.
abnormal.
So I should say, Maria read 21, Katie read 27. So you actually weren't that far behind, Maria. Ellen read 15, Val read 8, and I read 38.
But see, normally in previous years, I'd be closer
Yeah.
to your number. Like
Mhm.
I'd be sitting at like a 28-32. You know?
Yeah, no, you would usually be, because I actually did the numbers, but then when I got to the end, I realized I had done them a little incorrectly, so I didn't have them here, of how many people had done how many books. And yeah, for the first year or two, I think it was year 2 that you and I did a bunch on our own. And then year 1 was when we used to do more 3-person rounds.
Yeah. We did a ton of 3-persons.
Excuse me?
I saw
Okay.
Elin real quick, as completely unrelated. I'm sorry, I'll stop after this. But I saw Elin drinking her cup, and I was like, "Oh, that's so pretty." And then I looked at my cup, and I was like, "Oh, I have a cup of water." And then I was like, "Wait, I also have another cup of water."
At least you have fancy cups.
Yeah, but I broke
I
one,
do
so
that
we don't have
too.
an even
You get
number.
one glass and then you forget about it, so you get another one, and suddenly you're like, "Oh, I have all this water."
And
when I
like
was
12
applying
cups
for
on your
new
bedside
jobs.
table. And
No, so
ADHD.
no. See, my husband would literally murder me. I left a cup by my bedside once, and he was just like, "You're a filthy creature," and I was just like, "It's just a cup." of
don't let your
water."
husband see my room.
I only have
If
this
I
water
find a cup of
bottle.
water on my bedside table, and I don't remember how long it's been there, I smell it. If it smells fine, I'm drinking it.
Yeah, oh, I got 5 cups right now.
Oh Lord, Val.
Um,
I'm a mess.
I just have one water bottle.
One water bottle. And
This
that's
is
the one I use.
the most heterosexual thing about. Okay. So the
So
way
it's
we do these
blue?
rankings for people who don't remember is that they're toast related. So it's crisp, crunch, lukewarm, burnt, and soggy.
For toast.
So
For toast,
toast
by the way.
levels.
Real quick, for those who don't understand that, Maria, would you like to explain
Uh,
very quickly?
I can't
it's a
imagine
little
anyone.
self-evident.
Yes,
yeah.
I can't imagine anyone has gotten to this point in the channel without watching the Savior's Champion video. If you have not, if you're a new person
Young
who's
caterpillar, not yet budding into a butterfly on our
just
channel.
I can highly recommend the Savior's Champion video. While it was the first one where I did a plot recap, because prior to that video,
Yeah, we did
we
do those.
avoided doing plot recaps because we thought it would take up too much time. And for this one, it was just so silly. And we were like, let's try doing it. And Will and I laughed so hard in that video. There's one point where, like, if I ever want to be really happy, I'll just watch Will laughing as I narrate this one part, because it's joy. It's
I
not
still
a
think
good
about-
Sorry,
it's actually
I-
very funny because when we were re-reviewing it for the live stream a little bit ago, I kept remembering very specific sentences you had said at specific parts because they're so iconic.
Yeah,
They really are.
it's an earworm of an episode because of it's just certain things, and it just hit. It was like 8:00 at night when Will and I were doing it. It was on a weeknight, and we don't do it's pure chaos. It's excellent. Go watch it. But in it, I described the main character, Tobias, as a
Sad piece.
sad
Soggy.
piece of toast.
Sad soggy.
And it just stuck, and it's become the barometer by which we judge books.
I paid
by.
somebody on Fiverr to make little icons that didn't come out the way I wanted them to at all. To make little icons for our Discord for toast that nobody uses.
Have I even seen them? I don't remember.
They're in the emoji.
They're on
Yes, you've seen them.
There's- can make better ones.
The one
I can
for
make better ones.
birthday where the toast is happy is actually quite cute.
Thank you. And then, what do you mean have I seen them? Your cats are in them. And I've shown them to you, and you're like, oh, look, there's Pumpkin and Marmalade and Data.
I don't
TSC
remember.
review is a canon event. That's so
Yes.
funny. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
It is a canon.
Mhm.
It's
event.
one of
It's a good-
what are they called? Like in Doctor Who or whatever, where they're anchor points, where like you can't change those events, and
Yeah.
if you do, then like all the Grim Reapers come after you or something. I don't know.
So,
If you're a
hi,
nerd, you know.
Allie. My California
oh,
girl.
yeah.
Respect.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get started then with this. Okay. I want to say burnt. What do you think?
I'm fine with that. I was gonna say, in retrospect, I was gonna say kind of lukewarm, but I'm happy to do burnt. It was not good. It was a disappointment.
I knew you were going to say that, and they're lucky we're not putting it on soggy. The reason is that it's not offensively bad, it's just bad.
Yeah,
There's so much more
Aw.
worse books.
exactly.
No part of it really works. The premise for people who don't remember is that there is a girl who's in Mexico who goes to a Gothic mansion that's British.
a
but
British.
just in Mexico,
Yep.
and it's not very
that's
scary.
right. You said that.
Because her cousin married the boy in the family, and now the cousin is getting sick, and for some reason her father sends her to live with a strange family.
Yep, that while concerned about her cousin doing well, who sent a very, very, very scary note about how she's being like poisoned and stuff like that, and her father's like, yeah, let's just send you, young child.
This sounds like a really. I remember specifically.
Also,
go ahead.
young woman in the early 1900s, when notoriously fathers just let them flounce about as they will, you know?
Yeah, I remember specifically William saying, I thought this would be literally a Mexican Gothic, kind of like every time we talk about this, it always comes up, and I always bring up the short story, and then people in the comments are like, Katie, the name of it is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I'll remember that for next time. And I always forget. But I remember William saying, when I saw the title Mexican Gothic, I thought it was actually going to be a Gothic story, but Mexican based. And then, as like I said, I always bring up this one story where it's about some guy going through a ghost town. And there's like ghost horses running through or something like that. And I remember listening. Oh, look, Maria's receiving something very sweet. Oh, it's a tea. Oh, isn't that so nice?
Oh, no, what you don't realize is he was literally in his bike gear, because when the garage came up, he was getting ready to go on a bike ride. I texted him, hey, can I have a cup of tea? So he literally stopped, put the bike back, and made me a cup of tea.
Romance
really
is
nice.
having a personal slave. Go ahead.
Yeah. But that being said, I always mention this, and maybe at some point, maybe somebody will be like, oh, I'll tell you what this is. But yeah, that's the biggest thing I remember from this book from you guys, is mostly Will just complaining about how he had really, honestly, in my opinion, real expectations for a book of this name, and it didn't fulfill any of it.
What happened is that I had read this before we started the podcast, and it was dog shit. And then it kept getting brought up on Patreon, on our book club, and people kept nominating it. And I was like, fuck it, we can do a roast. And Maria went in unbiased, of course, and also thought it was terrible. It's not a Mexican Gothic. It's just a Gothic British people were transplanted into Mexico.
Yeah,
and there's a sassy girl who talks to them.
The thing is, if you're going to use colonialism, why not use Spanish colonialism? Why is this about British people in Mexico?
I'm so tired of white people in these stories.
Me too.
Like, not to be like, shut up.
You were going to say more after that. Okay. Okay, so we'll put that in burnt, because there will definitely be some worse books going.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me copy this so that I can know which ones we've done and which ones we haven't. Maria, yours and eyes are out.
We're done.
Okay.
We did it.
Perf.
Katie, Shadow of the Gods.
Also, would you put it on the same level as Mexican Gothic?
Yeah, I
was
would.
gonna say.
It's not as bad a book, but
Really?
by the way, I can hear myself echoing in somebody's.
It's me.
I can hear. It's just not good. It was just a prologue. Like you just don't need any of it. You get to the end of the book, and the plot hasn't started, and you're like, well, why didn't you just start with the next book? Like there was no real point to it. The characters weren't really very charming.
Well,
the writing at times was good. Like his prose aren't bad.
Okay,
but
I'm curious though, Will. So my big question is this: I agree with Will. The thing is that the book itself had really interesting. Like, I don't think the structure was inherently incorrect. Like, there's multiple perspectives. We're switching between several of them, but one of them in particular, if I remember correctly, we agreed was useless in comparison to the others, or it felt not as important. And so therefore, if in a sequel came along or something like that, it could have maybe been implemented at that point. But for the most part, there was one part of the story which was about a mother mostly and her son, and that was really good until it wasn't, because I think that the plot that was following her was watered down for the sake of logistical narration, like getting from point A to point B, comboed with the other perspectives that you get that take up space. So that being said, like, I kind of almost like, I can't tell because I can't compare it to Mexican Gothic, but I almost nary to say lukewarm in comparison, only because narration was really good.
I'm going to say it sounds lukewarm, William. What you said as the reasons why it's better sound lukewarm, but I didn't actually read it. I wasn't there.
You guys do halvesies sometimes, right? Is it
Yeah,
kind of
we'll
between?
do
I
halvesies
read
because
The thing is
okay.
it was
Tiebreaker.
well written. It was very
Tiebreaker.
well written.
Wait.
Well, remember,
well, you didn't say anything. Your voice cut out.
Elon, what did you
what?
say?
Tiebreaker.
Was I
Burnt
asked?
or lukewarm?
Tiebreaker. Okay.
Yeah.
It's lukewarm.
God damn it.
oh, so she read it. Okay, perfect.
This is why you don't let women vote. And
I
I'm just
love
gonna,
me.
I'm gonna
No,
say
it's
that.
lukewarm. It's lukewarm because the stuff that is in the book makes sense, unlike the stuff that is in Mexican Gothic, and on a skill level, they're
Yeah.
somewhat equal.
No, that's a good
Oh,
point. And
really?
also,
That's
it's
interesting.
kind of a genre expectation. If you go into Mexican Gothic expecting a Gothic, you're going to be disappointed. If you go into this thinking it's going to be an epic fantasy, it is the problem that epic fantasy has where it doesn't get started. So
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. Stephen A says the inclusion of English was something.
Thank you,
Also,
Stephen.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah.
Diane says, my book club has the Mexican Gothic as a choice this month. You know what? I will say
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Oh,
relatively
tell us your
short.
thoughts.
Yeah. It's
So
an
it's not the
easy
worst
read.
thing.
That was such a bitchy face. An easy read.
Ellen, this was the first one me and Ellen did together.
Which one?
Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie.
Oh, I hate
No,
that
that
front
wasn't
cover.
the
That
first
looks
one.
horrid.
That is a terrible front cover.
That was
It's-
not the first one
Didn't
we
you
did
guys
together.
do the Japanese
the boat, sunken boat one?
No, we did. Shogun.
Shogun?
Val
Yeah.
is correct, but that was last year.
Oh, that was last
this year. This was the first one we did, and then we did that. We did like 3 in a row, pretty much.
Didn't we do the sinking boat one first?
I don't think so, but I also don't. Well, let's ask Maria. Maria's always right.
I think the boat one was beforehand because you did this one second after. I think the boat one was first.
You know what? You may be correct. I may have released this one first, but either way.
Yeah.
Okay, Blade Itself. Okay, I'm gonna put. So, for those who don't know, this is a very famous epic fantasy series that Lindbergh adores, or Ellen adores. I was very disappointed by this one, but I'm gonna say something radical. Lukewarm, not burnt. I think there are still parts of this book that work that like show a lot of promise and are interesting, even as flawed as it is. What do you think? The floor is yours, Ellen.
I'd agree. I'd agree. It's a very messy book. You can tell that he was a new writer, but when it's good, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're the kind of person who's like, you like dark, gritty fantasy, but you also like a bit of fun and you like to have a chuckle, then you're probably going to enjoy this book, even if on a technical level it's far from perfect. It's a bit meandering and it takes a while getting started, and it doesn't quite know where it's going in this first one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still working on getting Will to read the second one, by the way.
We're gonna do it eventually, and the heroes. Yeah, it has like flashes of moments where you're like, oh, the author is doing something special and interesting. And then there's just large stretches where like not much happens, or one of the characters is just kind of terrible, and you're supposed to keep watching him.
The funniest takeaway is that Will hated Glocta. Will is like the only person in the world who has read the book who's like, I hate that fucking guy. Everyone else is like, he's my favorite. Glocta
He
forever.
won't stop whining.
Will
Weak,
is
whiny crooner.
ever the contrarian. If you're supposed to like a character, he's not going to do it. Also, thank you
Yeah,
to...
he literally said to me that he felt the author wanted you to like Glocta, so he hated him.
If Will gets a whiff of the author's hand, he's out. He's on the opposite team. If he can tell the author really likes this character and thinks they're cool, it's the worst character. Death.
Yeah,
But also,
no, I'm so contrary.
hi, Victor, the lore seeker. Happy you discovered us. And also, we did do Legends and Lattes. I didn't
Yes,
like
they
it.
asked
and
that?
we will be doing
Yeah.
that. And then also thank you, What the Dog, and everybody else for joining us, just as a in general reminder for taking the time out of your day to watch us talk.
Did you guys do
Hi,
Legends
thanks
and
for
Lattes
dropping
this
in.
year? I don't think
We did Legends and Lattes last year, so it wasn't this year. They
Right.
they were just asking if
They were
we
just
had
asking.
reviewed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I could. Okay, Val, why not the book that started you
Oh,
on this podcast?
to me,
The
this
Okay,
this
you need
is
to give some backstory as to how
Okay, yeah, I'm
I
only on
learned
8
about
of
this
these
book
reviews, so
from
I'm
you.
allowed to yap a little bit.
Yes, you are.
Mhm.
I read this book, I think in 2023, at the end of 2023, And I had just come off reading Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I loved it. And I was like, maybe I like cozy fantasy. So I like dove into this next one. And I started reading this, and I was like, oh, this is awful. And like there were so many parts of it that were just like grated on me. Like Will said, like, you can tell the author just loves her characters too much.
Mm-hmm.
The prose is annoying because she over-describes every character, just a laundry list of hair color, eye color, race, even if there's no reason we should know their race from a distance across the room. Like, if you watch the review that I'm in, you'll see I'm like shaking with rage. Like, how do we know this? Why? This is so stupid. Like, oh, this is so soggy to me. And
so this this book, again, you have to understand, before she was like part of the podcast, when we were just first becoming friends, she would complain to me about this book and how much she hated it. And she wrote a scathing Goodreads review about it. And she kept going back to it months after months, being like, you know what I really hated about that book? It was the funniest thing.
I love Ashen as well. Am I allowed to say I hate the mix of fonts for the cover art?
Yeah,
this
I
is
also
the perfect place
it
to
looks
say that.
weird.
Why? Why'd they do it?
I'm going to say
so
something a
quirky.
little controversial.
Wait.
I know exactly.
Will-
I know exactly what Will's gonna say.
only-
Say it.
Kind of think it deserves to be more burnt than soggy.
The only reason you think that is because you listened to the audiobook. If you read this with your eyeballs on the page, you would be like, you would
Remember
understand.
when we were reading the book by her and you started showing me that, and I'm like, this is so much worse once you're reading it,
Yes,
not listening
when you
to
read
it.
the prose on the page,
Okay,
it's
fair
like
enough.
so bad. The audiobook narrator does all of the work. She's very charming, but
Does
oh
all the
my
heavy
God.
lifting. All right, we'll put it
Okay.
in.
And
soggy.
if I can
Soggy.
say one more thing about this one before we read another book by her this year, her second adult novel, and someone in the comments said, I think I hate this the way I hate Terry Pratchett. And I'm like, how dare you? I love Terry Pratchett. And I think because this is trying to do what Terry Pratchett does so well, which is effortlessly funny, but he says a joke in the prose and he moves on before you have time to laugh at it. Whereas this author will tell a joke in the prose and be like, isn't that so funny, guys? Isn't that really funny? And I'm just
and
like,
the jokes don't fucking make sense, like the Wizard of Oz one. That's the thing is, I didn't love Guards, but Terry Pratchett is way funnier than this bitch.
Way funnier.
By the way, Elf Boy says, in my head, when I see UTT panel grow to 5 members, I can't help but think of the Power Rangers as well as the one girl on the team.
Not the original Power Rangers. The original Power Rangers had two girls.
Yellow and pink.
Exactly. And yellow is what I wanted to be, but pink was what I was. So.
Okay. What this says, I still haven't watched that video. That's the one book I would defend to the death. Guards. Maria and Katie quite liked it. And I don't know if Gina
I
was
love that
along.
book.
it's great.
I don't think it's bad. It's just like it wasn't for me. It was a little
I think
broad.
what the dog means the Secret Society of Witches.
Oh.
Do you? You know what? The thing is, I do fully understand why people could like it. I see the appeal. It just,
here you go.
The same thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. The sex scene hit, like, it was.
Guys, you can just click on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
The
I didn't hate
sex
the
scene
Witches
was
book,
out
but
of
yeah, it was pretty
nowhere.
uncomfortable.
Like, because it's so, like, twee and cute, and you're all made of stardust, and all of a sudden it's just, like, Mr. Dirty Talk. And I'm like, ugh.
Well,
I hate
it's that
that.
thing where every female author has a daddy kink, and I hate it.
Wait. Wait, pause
What?
real quick.
No?
So it said, who's Zordon, Angry Otter? No, I would say Zordon is specifically, I just can't think of the name of the robot assistant that's like, guys, we have to fix this, Rangers. Like, I don't remember what that character's name is, though.
And that.
Did you mean
Otter?
Mexican Gothic? What the dog?
No, they are reading. I did not like the Witches book. Huh.
Okay. So
Good.
maybe it
Yeah,
was Guards.
Mm-hmm.
You can just say which one it is.
I
Okay,
do
just put
not-
which one it is, and
Do
we
not
will
put
redeem your
words in
honor
my
in a
mouth.
moment.
Yes, it's Guards. Listen,
Okay, yes.
on the dog, I loved Guards. I loved it. You should watch it. Will
Oh.
is grumpy, but Will has zero
No.
whimsy.
Disagree.
Quota.
Oh yes, no. very
Will
true.
is
And to be fair, that's the kind of
grumpy
that's
old
the-
Scrooge, and he wouldn't know fun if it danced naked in front of him.
It's funny because two of the people on this panel, and I'm not going to say
Oh,
who.
Mexican Gothic.
Oh boy, no. I'm sorry. That's even worse. No. There's two people on this panel that love whimsy, and one of them that hates it. And I'm not going to say who is who, but it's hard to be friends with them sometimes.
That's not true.
Let's see. Let's do a Katie and Maria one. Oh no, this is the three people.
Yes,
ones.
this is the three people one.
Katie and Maria though did do.
Wait, you didn't do Bride. You messed up.
Oh no. Okay, so here's the thing. These are ones that I'm not on this. I just remember which of these I've done. So these are the ones you did, and then I did some of them as well. But yeah, let's actually go ahead and do the 3 Emily Wilds and get those out of the way.
Like, wait, all together? Or no, there's
no,
just put them all up at
separate.
once.
Yeah, we'll just put them all up.
Okay, the first one is gonna. Okay.
Go ahead. Where are you gonna say they're gonna go, Maria?
The first one should go in Crisp. Is that what's the top one?
Go up, Will.
Crisp.
I think the first one belongs in Crisp.
Yeah, Crisp.
I would agree.
Well, actually, that's a good point. Which of you guys actually read this? You read this too, Val, right?
Yeah, I did.
And then did you? Okay, so you guys all get to
all
vote.
4 of us get to vote.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you all get to vote.
Ladies, what are we doing?
It's
Any arguments for why not Crisp?
I think the first one deserves, even
it's
flaws
great.
aside, I think it still belongs in Crisp. But
Agreed.
Okay.
It was so fun
Done.
and so quirky and so charming.
It was so freaking
It was
charming.
unique. That's what the thing is it slapped me as unique. I liked the narration style. One of the big judgmental pieces was that I didn't keep up the academic references that it began with, but what a minor critique in comparison to the overall enjoyment level. So I would 1,000,000% agree with everybody for that. The next one
I think there's also
was
something to the idea that a book gets into Crisp if it does even 1 or 2 things that you think are especially good. That's where the subjective. I'm often make jokes about objective and subjective, but that's something where I think subjectively you can just like a book a lot for doing 1 or 2 things.
and then
Is
map
there a
of the
reason
other.
why William is the only guy in this podcast? I asked this because I never saw more guys in the podcast, but there are 2 women ones. Yeah, I don't really make male friends.
Yeah.
And so the people
There you
I
go.
invite onto the podcast are my friends, and so that's
There is
why.
one. So I've known Will the longest, and he has had 1 male friend, and it's his cousin, and they're not even that close now, but they were that, and
for
so
a bit.
yeah, and so it's just
I think it has something to do with his sister. What? No, I'm no longer on that initiative. And people, please don't joke about this in the comments. It actually makes me a little uncomfortable. When people it's a funny joke for me to say in the abstract, but I don't really love when people start attaching it to actual people, like on the Discord or my hosts.
Yeah,
Please
no,
be
that's weird.
respectful.
That's
funny about
William
that.
is not like other guys.
It's true.
He is. It is.
William is not a guy's guy.
He's a ladies'
really
man.
He's not a guy.
Ladies' man.
He's not a guy for other guys. He's not a guy. Yeah, he likes.
So,
male friends.
so speaking of Map of the Other Lands, Map of the Other Lands probably deserves to be in where, guys?
One below, half. Yeah.
And then Compendium of Lost Tales is a lukewarm. I said
How did it
it.
just get worse each time?
I
It
don't
did.
know, but it makes me
It
so
did.
upset. Like, listen, you could make an argument that Compendium of Lost Tales is not actually lukewarm.
It's probably
could be-
crunchy, honestly,
but
but
it is, for me, it was a noticeable degree
Difference in quality.
worse than
It was a step down from the previous book, and that by itself just lands it in lukewarm.
And I
It
think
is.
because we were so charmed by the first one, we were kind of hoping to get
Yes.
a little uptick at the end. And
yeah.
and it didn't happen.
it didn't happen, so there's
Like,
more
at least
disappointment.
Shadow didn't die. That would have been such bullshit.
But he's
Oh my
gonna.
god, the
The
Once-
fact that we couldn't have
Again.
made that again, he's a fantasy fairy dog.
No,
he's
no.
a grim and he's gonna die. What the fuck?
More importantly, he's a dog. You don't kill the dog.
You don't kill. But again, how do you
or
have,
make it seem like the dog's going to die at all. That's the one thing that Ancient Magus Bride has got right, is that the black grim dog, which I cannot help but equate with, this book, will never die because it's a cute anime boy that will not, he can't
But
die.
also, he's a grim. a mythological
it's a
creature
Grimm.
that doesn't die.
And these are
Grimm's-
feel-good books.
Grimm's are. It's like she was like, I want one thing that is a little bittersweet, and for some reason, I'm going to pick
Don't choose the dog.
fucking dog.
Gonna-
Wait, look what
gonna
Nan
hit
and Non said,
the
guys.
pitchfork,
I
like,
love this.
kick
Wait a
him.
second.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Go ahead.
That's a great
LOL,
thing
she didn't
did.
kill the dog, but she made sure you knew the dog was gonna die. That's metal.
Metal is-
Yeah, she did make
It's
sure you
metal
knew.
is
fine.
That's what she did.
She was
I don't
like,
know that it is. Is it or is it pasta? The opposite of metal.
I defended Stephen King when he had a scene of a guy kicking a dog to death, but here in this case, I'm like, no, I'm out.
no.
You know, it's weird because me and you read The Only Good Indians, and like there's a very brutal dog death there, but that didn't super affect me. So like dog deaths can have, like, if we know the dog in its name, it can't die. That's the rules. Like unnamed dogs are fine, named dogs are not.
Also, it's the same thing as Do the Right Thing. If you've ever watched that movie, which if you haven't, it's a classical American film. It's something that you should watch, in my opinion, if you are a film person. But in that movie specifically is a concept of a dog dying, and you have to ask yourself is, what's the purpose of the dog dying? What does it do to you as the reader, and is it worth it for that exchange? It's because it's such an innocent creature and, you know, man's best friend. So that being said, the spirit bears
Well,
its
hold on.
teeth as in
Actually,
birth.
just to build off that for a second, I think that's actually a very good way to think about writing sometimes is that,
It
like,
is.
what is the payoff for the depression that this is going to cause?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, that's the thing is, like, I've often said, if you're going to be depressing, be good because you kind
You
of
want the
need
catharsis that comes afterwards, not just
Exactly.
the ow.
Otherwise, it's no good.
Yeah.
Val, Ellen, did you guys read this?
I didn't know.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to
Where
vote
would you
as well.
Okay.
Um,
Where are we putting
okay.
this?
This is The Spirit Bears Its Teeth, which is trans boy goes to an insane asylum and there are ghosts. And
Yeah.
it's so much worse than what I just
specifically
described.
for women. It's like a half insane asylum, half finishing school for women to help women who are weird and have magic but aren't allowed to use it.
Who can
what-
touch the spirit world? There's a mean cult in England who's like taken charge of all the spirit
Yes.
magic in the world, and since women are women, women who can touch the other side are being oppressed and kind of
Even though it was originally them who
lobotomized,
did
kind
it.
of crippled and trapped in marriages in order to breed new children with magical affinity.
You know what's
and the thing
crazy?
about it is that you go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know what's crazy is that it's funny that after hearing you bring that up, Elin, it's just, I forgot how bad all that was. I think what really this book fails at is world building. The world building is, which is weird. It's because I feel like it's sometimes the opposite. People like go off on world building and it's wild and magical and interesting, but then the actual writing and the plot development sucks. But it's almost the opposite here. I thought that the plot and the characters, while there are critiques that you can watch us discuss, I thought that was actually really strong in some places, minus the ending. But the world was horrendous. Why even make it a magical world at the expense of what we're given?
Okay, so
The
this is a
world
book that
building
wants to
is
be...
so minimal. It's not there. It doesn't even make sense.
But the thing is, the author wants to put so much weight on it for how awful patriarchy is that it's like you can't really have both. You can't have a John... Like, why do ghosts immediately... The ghost hunting society immediately has to be super patriarchal. I get that
Listen,
the author wants to talk about that, but
The
it's
author
a weird...
is
like, you need
writing their own personal pain, but they're setting it
Yes.
in a book universe where the reader won't have that instant connection with the events as something that happened to themselves, and they never go the way to build the experience for
Yeah.
the character in the book to create
Yeah.
the feeling.
I think that's very true. This is one of, I think, several books we're going to do of talented prose writer
Yes.
writes a book that's far too close to their personal issues, and because of it, the book suffers. And it's not that they're a bad writer; they just don't. This is so personal to them that it becomes messy. The world building doesn't support it. The plot doesn't really support it.
The ending
characters-
was a hot mess.
Oh my
The
gosh,
ending's a
the ending
mess.
was rough.
Yeah.
I've read
and like the
Andrew Joseph Dwight's debut novel called something. Really sorry, I'm blanking. I cannot perform on the spot. I have stage fright. But anyway, I read
She's not
their
a dancing
debut
bear.
book, and it's better. It's better because that book takes place in a dystopia from here on out. So it's kind of like, what if everything went wrong in the world? And that kind of lends itself to, you can kind of more easily picture who the character is and how they got there, and the societal constellations. Like, it's all much more relatable, and them kind of processing experiences they have had in a religious trauma sense. It works better in that book. So good. Hell followed with us. Thank you, Pris.
As Pris says.
You are
and
a
then Chris
champion.
M says, it was all window dressing to justify the excessive suffering they wanted the characters to be
Correct.
subject to. Yeah, and I didn't think they did it well enough. Like, I get the point of having a super sexist world, but here it wasn't. It's what we actually just talked about in terms of the cost benefit. I'm going with soggy. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going burnt. The author had enough talent as far as the prose, and there was certain scenes that I appreciated that I don't think it ends up in soggy. I think it's burnt.
I also love the title. God, I love the title.
The title's the
I
best
read the
part.
first page of this, and it was better than Irregular Witches.
So there you go.
No, at the beginning you think
Yeah.
it's going to be good because the author is talented. Like, I want to be clear, the author has talent. It's just that they're too close to the source material, I think.
And it's
Katie,
too messy. It needed editing.
Katie, what's your verdict?
Oh, it's burnt. It's burnt. It's burnt.
Hey, Ellen, are you with me, or are you
Oh,
gonna?
Don't say
My
it.
dear, could you scroll up just a little bit so I actually see what the cheers are called? Thanks.
Crisp, crunchy, lukewarm, burnt, soggy.
I
I'm
honestly would say
sorry.
lukewarm.
I'm gonna be a contrarian here and go with Katie. It's lukewarm for me because when the
I'll
book
agree.
hits in a few scenes, it's
hits.
so good. Like, and
Especially
I
the
felt
organ
some
part.
of these scenes made me feel so seen, and some
Yes.
of the body horror is really well written and really effective. So
I
you know,
agree.
What's going
I'll
on?
take
You're
the
all getting
book that
fired.
does a few things well.
Okay, how about halfway through burnt and lukewarm, ladies? Would that be
yeah.
amenable?
No,
Good for me.
no.
Lukewarm.
There
We got
is
so
no
many
way.
books to get through, you guys. Come on.
Lukewarm. It's lukewarm. Put it in lukewarm.
The lowest I'll go, the highest I'll go is burnt.
Ugh. Look at that masculinity once again.
We'll do halfway
Overstepping its
through.
bounds.
So
We'll do halfway through burnt and lukewarm. How about
Okay.
because this book is so bad. The vehemence of my feelings on this. Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Since you don't here, let's do the two vampire books.
Well,
all
you're the
right,
sort of person who would read a book written about yourself under a pseudonym, and you'd be like, "I hate this book. This is shit."
I've often wished that I
Never heard.
could
correct.
edit my own writing because I am the best editor around. Okay, girls,
This
White Woman
is
Hour.
tricky. White Woman Hour.
Wait, how are we
Okay,
doing
well,
this?
so
'Cause
okay,
the thing
let's start with
is,
Serpent and the Wings of Night. And 1st I'll say I read this before Elise Ladies did.
Yeah.
And the first time I read it, like I said, horny blinders on. I was just like, hee hee vampires, and like not really paying attention. And there were like snippets of world building that I was like, oh, like in the background. I was like,
look,
oh, that's
there's
kind of
real-
cool.
that's a story
But
element.
I
Look at
wasn't
that.
like I wasn't digging into it, so I was like, let's read it. And then I read it again with my smart girl glasses on, and I was like, oh no, oh boy, this sucks.
So Val.
Oh, hold on. Salix makes a good point. Will's vote always counts for two. He's the minority in the group.
Oh,
That's
shut
true.
up.
Get
Get
out!
out,
No.
boo, ban.
No.
This is a DEI
Wait,
podcast. I am the Joe
refocus.
Rogan of the left. We've
Or we'll
talked
be
about
here
this. All right, go
forever.
ahead. Focus. Katie, your thoughts.
You know what I hate is that the prose is equally as good as any other prose. Like, as far as just getting through a story goes. Like, that's what's
Adequate.
crazy.
It's
Is that
adequate.
it's very much adequate. Like, the prose is solid as far as like getting to point A to point B to point C. That being said, overall, burnt.
I think the first one burnt for sure.
Ellen, your thoughts? That's the Swedish person.
You know what really gets me? I'm also a minority, by the way. You would never believe it by looking at me. Anyway, do you know what really gets me with the first book? It's like that someone in the comments, can they stop commenting so I can see where I am? Someone said the Shadow Father had Rachel. The Shadow Father had potential.
It's so hard to rate these.
That's the thing. There's a lot of potential.
It had so much potential. I liked that bit so much.
I was going to say the second one
point of the book.
I was going to say the second book was worse, but like because the romance in the second book was way worse, but the emotional like through line of her coming to terms with her dad, like that was so
the daddy
good.
Issues?
It's really hard. It's because the thing is there are certain elements that are on a lukewarm to next in the green level, like level, but overall as a book, I could never recommend this book to a single person.
That, there was a huge percentage of the second book where she was just like Misha for the next book, my next main character.
It's burnt and soggy for me. For either.
It's
I'm sorry.
Are they
burnt
both
and soggy?
Is it one and then soggy, or are they both in between?
Yeah, burnt for Serpent for me, and soggy for Ashes.
It's too bad because the Vincent stuff was so good. It's too bad.
I fully agree with you, Val. I agree. It's because
so bad, and the romance was the main thing.
The thing is like, again, delete the romance from it, you lose most of the book, and the problem is most of the book then, therefore, is not very good. It's because the romance is not very good. But that being said, though, the author definitely can write. She can write just fine. She can write a great adventure book if she wanted to, but she's got to find the right characters.
I still think about some of those scenes like that, when they ran into like the niece character who is with all
I know!
Some of them were so good. It's upsetting that we have to rank them this low.
It is.
Some of the father scenes you guys describe, I still am like the part where there's a part towards the end that you were quoting the father and her having a dream conversation,
and then they're like
so poignant,
bantering in poop water.
and also just the scene-to-scene writing of someone realizing that what it is to love someone who wasn't perfect, who did bad things, who hurt you, but who was also trying their best, and then we conflate it to Mr. Rain, the big wall, stupid. Oh, I hate him so much.
And
you guys don't
like why?
Again, the romance ruins it. Actually, it's a fine world. I think the art for this could have been really spectacular if there was like a comic book version. And overall, let's move on. But that being said, I think we can all agree. It's worth the read if you like the horny blinders, especially, or if you just like that level of a beach read, but it is not something that is going to change your world.
Can I just say, women need to expect better from their smut. I've read so many of these smut books. They're not good. Write better smut. It's
saturated.
No.
Market.
Oh, okay, yes. No, I thought you were going to say it's okay. No, it needs to be better.
Market.
Okay, let's do this one.
Oh, God.
Soggy. Below soggy. Below.
No.
It's below soggy.
No. It's soggy.
No, it's
not
below
the
soggy.
Worst book we've read.
I'm sorry. Maria.
Do
you not recall the dumbassery that was her lingering in the hallways and running out into the forest during the daylight hours to go stop something that the writing was horrendous. It was below soggy. It's in death. It's in the underworld.
Being suspicious of her, even though they know this one guy is a spy.
It is moldy. If there was an extra level below, it would be back of fridge, put bread.
We got to save that for Shades of Blue. This can't be on the same level as Shades of Blue.
No.
I don't know what that means, but that being said, this should belong in back of fridge. Put bread, 2-week-old bread in back of fridge, hoping it would last longer, and now has black mold and white fungus on it.
I can't believe this was written by the same person who did that other one, which was
The Love Hypothesis.
The Life Hypothesis, which was...
Oh my God, I forgot.
You forgot. Yeah, no, it's the same person. And listen, Love Hypothesis is not a good book. It's not going in crisp.
It's much better than this.
But oh my God. So I'm happy to say soggy or in a honorary moldy.
Shut up.
Well, at the end we'll add them to moldy if we feel like Opinions are not
Opinions
aligning.
aligning.
Hey.
Can we
Eden
not
says,
talk about
what if
this
I
book
have-
anymore?
What if
That's what I put. I think as the title for one of them was like, oh, I don't know. I had
Can
some
We
kind of a
Not
pun
or
that I quite
something?
liked.
Yeah.
Can we not?
No.
Can we
Yeah.
not?
Bride
That
was-
was me.
I cannot like
So
when
funny.
I said I couldn't recommend anybody for Ashes and Serpent,
Mm-hmm.
what I mean by this novel is that I would be hot-faced embarrassed to ever mention.
I'm gonna have you and Maria do the sequel. It's coming out.
There's
next
gonna be a
week.
sequel.
fucking suck.
No.
Yeah.
What's
Remember
it
the end
called?
sets it up.
Oh
mate.
yeah, her half wolf werewolf friend, and it is now mate with that other
You can tell
guy.
because she has the same
Yeah.
personality as the original
thing
lady,
is-
so she doesn't have to
Also,
write another kind of person.
As somebody who is unfortunately, and I will say this with pride, but I also can acknowledge the regret that I have experienced in this field. As somebody who is a pro in Omegaverse things, and when I say pro, I mean absolute pro. I think Valerie might be the only other person that might compete with me on this.
I think you win this one, girl.
I have been in the fucking trenches in this genre.
She's
And
been
I can
deep,
tell you
if you
this.
get
There's
what I
some
mean.
really good Omegaverse stuff. And that wasn't it. Sorry,
Okay,
everyone.
so I've also read some Omegaverse that I don't love. Okay, who hasn't gone for? Well, we're gonna have to just get through a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Children of Time and Children of Ruin. Did either of the interns read this?
Not me.
Which one? What did we say?
Children
Yes,
of Time and
I read
Children
both.
of Ruin.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a vote as well. Okay, Children of Time. I'm gonna say it. Crunchy.
Yes.
Crunchy, absolutely
Crunchy.
crunchy.
Yeah,
Heckin'
crunchy.
Oh, no,
crunchy.
crisp. Sorry,
Crisp.
crisp.
No, crisp.
It is crisp.
Yes,
It's
One
crisp.
of the best books we read
Oh,
this
yeah.
year, and we had some complaints. And the ending, I know Will wasn't a huge, but like in the grand scheme
Doesn't
of
matter.
the ranking, crisp.
Was that the spider one?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. The thing is,
Yeah.
the book does things well that other books don't. Even
And
if,
not-
again, some of the plotting could have been fixed
Can
pretty
I
easily.
say, Will has softened. I don't know if you guys remember previous ranking videos, but he was not this. He would have in previous years. He would have ranked this in a crunchy and not in crisp. So
It could be. It could be. I mean, also, though,
could
I just
is this
world
gross?
building different intelligences to
Yeah.
me is such a thing I've always been fascinated by,
The
and he
writing.
really does that part so well.
It's
That
so
to me,
good.
it's like,
Just admit it.
That
You're
puts it-
getting soft in your old age.
no, I'm not. I'm hard.
This book,
I'm man hard.
ew, don't say that. But the Children of Time also does something that is incredibly difficult, very like that I've never seen anybody else do, and it's successful. So yeah, the next one's crunchy in my opinion.
Children of Ruin. I would put this at lukewarm. What do you think?
I would agree.
Maria and
I
Ellen?
would say lukewarm.
Yeah, lukewarm. The
Yeah.
octopi had
No influence.
grammatical potential, but it was kind of a rehash of
Grammatical
the first
potential.
book, and we didn't actually do anything new with it, sort of.
Yeah, I mean that's what I really felt. The octopi did not get enough time to shine. I was trying to come
Yeah,
up
the
with a pun
horror
and I
scene in
couldn't.
the beginning on the ship where the life form starts infecting people, that was the best part of the book. And
Excellent.
after that, you just waited
Yeah.
for that magic to come back, and it didn't really.
Yeah,
I never quite got there.
He flirted with a horror. Like
Yeah, and we
he
were
did.
so here for it. And then he was like, nah.
never
No,
mind.
I don't like that kind of like. No, I don't like steak. I go away from steak dinner.
What the dog says, I haven't read this, but my brother said Shards of Earth is better. We're definitely going to be reading more Adrian
Yes.
Tchaikovsky.
Oh,
he did a Warhammer book that we're for sure
I have
doing.
tried getting these guys to pick up Shards of Earth.
We're getting
It's-
there, I'm
the
sure.
schedule just gets
It's all William's
weirdly
fault.
busy.
You can just blame him.
Damn, y'all got to read
Yeah.
a series that keeps the same quality level throughout. We are. It's called The Witcher. Okay, copy
I'm
this
so
one.
excited. I'm taking
Actually-
so many notes. There's so much politics in this. I'm like,
Here, let's
oh my God.
do that then. Let's do those next. That was what we call a transition in the business.
They're,
Okay, we have
they're,
Sword of
they're
Destiny.
They're both crisp to me. Okay,
Yeah,
Sword of Destiny
I would agree
is
they're both
definitely
crisp.
Sword of
I
Destiny
would
is
say The Witcher, crunchy. I loved it. I enjoyed it, but I had some
No,
problems.
no, you
with
have
it.
you didn't read
I have
these.
no problem.
You read
This
the
is
last
the second and
Switch.
third one.
Okay. So neither of these.
No,
are
I
the
agree with
short
Valerie.
stories.
I say
Okay.
crisp.
This is
At the
during your
very
homeless
least,
phase.
I think Sword of Destiny is a stronger short story collection than The Last Wish. I would say that's for sure crisp.
Yeah, you know what? I really liked there are some really impactful moments. Like you really feel it when Ciri comes to run out to meet Geralt at the end, and there's like a real sense of the themes. Again, I said some very smart stuff about Destiny.
It's a
that everyone was
beautifully written
impressed by.
stories. Like
You know what's more important
Yeah,
to me
I
than
really liked
anything
it.
for these books is that these books made me feel like I came home. And when I started this book that we're on right now, that we're going to be doing tomorrow, I felt like I came home again. And so no matter what, these are consistently, so there's your answer, by the way. These books are consistently entertaining, lovely, fun, interesting. And what's always nice is that you get perspective changes, and they're never a perspective change I hate.
Even
And
when
I
it's
forget.
someone seemingly just like out of nowhere, it always comes back
still
around.
useful.
It's so like
It's
elegantly
Do you
handled.
guys know what's funny about these books? These books are the modern fantasy version of my Russian classics, where it's kind of a rom-com, but it's talking about some dark, deep, real stuff, and people are just being weird because that's what people are.
That's interesting.
You know,
It's
it's
great.
interesting too because these books, I'm especially noticing it. There are weird structural issues, and I don't care. It's just fun.
It's so good.
That's the thing is, I just get so much enjoyment from the characters and how he writes, and the
Me
mix
too.
of action and comedy.
And they're
these
so funny. They're so
interactions.
They
funny.
are.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I would put.
I don't. You can't put it in crunchy. You can put it halfway between crisp and crunchy, but it's not on the. It's better than the second Emily Wilde book.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I kind of want to put it in crisp. Do we dare?
I would
Yes,
dare.
dare.
From what everyone is saying, as someone who hasn't read it, the effusiveness, I say they're both crisp, and I didn't read it, so I win.
They're just so enjoyable to read, which is not something that you feel. I have felt with all of these books.
Yeah. It's never a chore. It's always fun for me, no matter what. Even if there's I don't even note the faults mostly. It's because I'm just enjoying myself too thoroughly.
Okay, let's do a me and Ellen one.
Wait, Will, delete Shadow of the Gods from me underneath my name. Because we already did
that's
that.
still there.
Let's do a me and Ellen book, Between Two Fires. This is the one that's about medieval plague-ridden
I'll be right
France,
back.
but also kind of just like, what if heaven and hell were a D&D setting? By way of the Lord of the Rings a bit. Like, again, the book is kind of interesting in that way. What do you think? What are your initial feelings? Let me judge you and then I'll say something.
This is also my Russian classic, but in medieval plague-ridden France. I love this book to death.
I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to think because I remember at the time I had a lot of problems with it, but when we're doing these rankings, I'm really kind of feeling what I felt like. How do I think back on the book? How fond of it?
It was kind of episodical, and not all the episodes were, that grand on their own, but they were entertaining.
I mean, I think that's the thing. I think the weakest part of the book to me was the ending. And let's put it in crunchy. Does that seem fair to you?
Fine.
Oh, you want to put it in crisp?
Fine.
Settle.
No,
for
well,
crunchy.
For me,
let's put crunchy.
clear crisp. I have a very small Goodreads shelf of 5-star books, and it's on there.
To me, if it could be cleaned up a little bit, there were certain things that just didn't quite hit correctly.
I love all the play with history and all the sort of hidden innuendos with the two popes and one of them being a devil, and it's so fun.
Oh, this is funny. I liked the video. You guys didn't like that the guy didn't get his wife at the end and the fight was edited, which is very funny to me. It went on for another 10 minutes. You don't understand. It went on for so long. And the thing is, we were going in circles is the thing.
To this day, we can't talk about Tomas and his wife because we will never see eye to eye on that. Never.
I think he should have gone back and
listen, I'm a vengeful bitch, and Will is a soft, mushy bear, and we just can't agree.
Yeah, it's pretty much, that was it. Okay, let's do The Hound of the Baskervilles.
I think you read this too, Elin, right? Or no?
No.
Did you not read this?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
so
I was going to, but then I only got a
Everyone
few.
shame Val for not reading our book club books.
Listen, I am very easily
Shame.
distractible.
Shame.
Stephen
Let's
A
see.
says Will is simultaneously soft and
Like,
hard.
can we stop using the term soft and hard right now? I'm
am.
feeling vaguely uncomfortable because every time
I'm
it
a
comes
hard
up,
man.
I'm
We've talked
thinking
about
it.
this.
Oh my
I'm hard.
god.
Okay. Let's start with you.
I think this is easy.
Crisp.
I think this should be. We just throw it where it belongs. We just toss it right on in. Just. You know, Will. You know.
I don't think I liked it quite as much as you guys, but
I
think
did
if I
not-
had read the Holmes canon, I wouldn't put it the best. But
It's
for
not.
having been the one I read, I did enjoy it.
The thing is it doesn't really truly deserve crisp on my enjoyment level. I would say crunchy, but as a book, objectively, it deserves crisp. It's because it is a very masterfully told tale.
Yeah, and I think for reading it now, it's funny because you said this is the one book where Holmes doesn't show up a lot. I think I would have liked it a little bit more if Holmes was in it a little bit more because those parts really are magical.
At some point, I'm gonna look through and pick a different Holmes, like one of the novels, not the short story collections. So I think we would enjoy the short story collections because those are a lot of fun. Because I think you would enjoy it more if Holmes was there. I just think the quality compared to, like, if we look at the other things, like, it's not Emily Wilde's map of the other lands,
Mm-hmm.
It is for me definitely better as far as like a tight story. The scope is
That's a
perfect.
good way of looking
Yeah,
at
that's
it.
true.
Yeah.
The
Twist is good.
the twist is good. The build up, the sense of, there's a couple of those scenes where like the atmosphere is really there. There's some slight comedy. It's not the best Holmes story, but comparatively,
Well, actually, that's a good point. Comparative to everything else we read as well.
yes.
Ashen, we are not making 10 Things I Hate About You references. I don't know if that's what that was,
Sturgeon.
but that is what I took it as.
That's where
So-
everybody remembers it. Let's do let's do Shades of Blue, Val.
Oh god.
I mean, it's soggy.
To this
Like,
day,
it's soggy.
I told my brother that I made you read this, and he was like, "Why would he do that?"
This book, for those who don't know, is like a pro-life, anti-abortion.
I read
Christian
it
book?
when I was a senior in high school. My mom had me read it when
Oh, look, there's that garage again.
So my mom had me read it when I was a senior in high school, and I remember I was still sort of wishy-washy on the fence, like grew up fundy, confused about a lot of things, and I read it and I was like, "Huh, this is so bad. Maybe like conservative Christians don't have an pro-life argument. This is just and it's insane to read. It's hilarious until it's really, really
Yes.
traumatizing."
Yeah, that is exactly what it is. About halfway through the book, you're like, this is so stupid, it's so stupid, and then you get to it and you're like, oh, this is gross. I hate this.
I will say, I think if none of those subjects matters are super sensitive or triggering to you, our video is very funny. I think it's hilarious.
I should say for people, because there was one person who messaged on Patreon, it's losing a child in the womb can be extremely traumatizing. It's just because they were talking about for people who do want a child, and I didn't really say this enough in the review, but yes, for people who wanted a child, it is very traumatizing to lose
and I don't
one.
mean to downplay that trauma at all. It's just, if you read this book, this woman clearly it's just so steeped
Out of touch.
in fundamentalist Christian nonsense, and there's no empathy in it. It's just like,
well, and it's just
Here's
it's such
an
a
idea.
dumb
Don't read the book.
multiversal.
Just watch the review.
Actually,
It's
there's one she
it's
has.
The review is
fun
great.
review. It's a great
it's
review.
so good. It really should be one of the top ones for the channel because it's so.
I watched it
fucking
again
good.
the other day, and I was like, we did a good job.
We did.
Yeah, and you touch on the weird things, and you cite all the funny, weird prose, and someone can kind of get an inch of that without having to go through the actual emotional trauma of realizing that, the author actually meant all of this,
Yeah.
No, the author actually thinks there's some like multiversal thing where a child
They think
grew
they're
up
making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we are going to eventually do another book by her about a romance with 9/11 and one about an Afghanistan war veteran.
This woman has like
Maria,
400
No.
books. She is prolific. It's awful.
No.
This reminds me,
Points.
there was this one woman, don't remember her name, but I remember I looked her up after reading the first 7 pages of her book, and I was like, because I saw a list of all her books inside, how people that are that prolific, like Nora Roberts and all that, have like a million different things. And so I was like, oh, wow, she has a lot of books. And I was like, is it well reviewed? Is she wealthy? Is this what is going on with her? And I Googled her. And she has a mansion that she purchased based off of all these sales, and the books are wretchedly awful. And I'm just like, who is buying these? Who is buying these? I don't understand.
I gotta say real fast,
Americans.
Steven in the comments is like, when something's written so bad, it's actually an amazing argument for what it hates. That's exactly what happened to me when I was reading it. I was like, wait a minute, this is so bad. Like, this is rewiring my brain.
It really is. And that's something I said in the review, is that there's I think maybe a temptation for people to go, oh, well, you didn't read the best Fundy book, so it's not fair to pick on it. But I actually think
I was inundated with stuff.
distillation of their
I was
ideas.
inundated with better arguments
Yeah.
than this book. But then reading this and seeing how moved people were by it, like, Fundy Christian women love this shit. And I was like, oh, so this is kind of like at the baseline what so many people are like basing their beliefs off of, and it's just nothing. It's flimsy. It falls apart.
It's so
That's
awful.
crazy.
Okay, let's do the listeners. Oh, this is painful.
This is
This is
painful.
Maggie Stefater's book. It was the last 3-person of the original trio book that we
Oh,
had
God.
done.
I forgot I read this.
I still
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
want to, because I do love Maggie Stefater so much.
I just finished the second one in the Raven Cycle, Val. I'm getting
Oh,
ready
I'm so
for-
excited. Oh,
for-
I love
for
the
next
second
month.
one. I think is my favorite.
It's so freaking good. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. And part of it is Ronan is just.
Ronan's a. mhm.
We got to speed up, though, guys.
Sorry.
So,
Yeah, sorry.
yes, this is ambassadors during World War II are in a hotel. The hotel
Burnt.
has some, like, yeah, it's not good. What do you think, Maria?
I would say lukewarm burnt. Unfortunately.
I also would say lukewarm burnt. So let's just
Yeah,
put it
agreed.
in burnt.
Because it's
just- the
very...
thing is- Go ahead.
I was going to just say, it's very competently written. It's just not interesting.
Yeah, she's still a fantastic writer. It's just large parts of the book are kind of pointless, and then the overall arcs don't really make that much sense.
Is it
And
a
it-
series or is it a standalone?
It's just a standalone,
Standalone.
and it suffers from. So there's something that I've heard get leveled at her Raven Cycle books, which is the plot necessarily isn't necessarily the point of those books. It's about the characters and the development they go through, and like if you're in it to see what happens when they find Glendower, then maybe the Raven Cycle isn't going to be the series for you.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this book doesn't have the benefit of the multi-books to develop the characters and really make it work, because the plot of the first one is actually really solid for Raven Cycle. So even though the series plot isn't super solid, you build with the characters and you grow to love them so much that by the
Yeah.
time the series ends and wraps up, unfortunately, this has that problem, but we haven't spent books and books getting to know and love the characters.
I'll probably still read it, and I'll let you know what I think when I eventually
Yeah,
get
please
around
do.
to it. But-
Okay, let's do Wolf Hall and bring up the bodies.
I don't even think this needs discussion.
The only discussion I might have is that should we bring up the bodies lower, but no. It's an
No.
excellent book. It just made us not want to read the third one because
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah,
good. in a
it was
way.
very
You don't
depressing.
like the contents. You don't like how history played out, but that's not on the author. The book is just fantastic.
It is.
Yeah,
I-
these are the Oliver Cromwell books, guys. They're so good. They're so
Go
good.
watch those videos. We did
They were
a
very
great
good
job.
videos.
And I knew they were going to do bad immediately.
Wait. No, not Oliver Cromwell. Thomas Cromwell.
Thomas Cromwell.
Thomas Cromwell, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do The Devils. This one is going to be a little bit contentious because this was me and Ellen doing Joe Abercrombie's first alternate Earth, like, Crusades kind of book. I would probably put this in lukewarm. What do you think?
I was a little on the fence when we reviewed this book, but I was actually very disappointed with it. Abercrombie is one of those writers who has some great funny moments, and he kind of gets better at making funny moments funnier. But some of the other things that you just wait for him to kind of work on and get through, that didn't happen in this book, this first one. It suffers from exactly the same issue that The Blade itself has. And the characters aren't as charming. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what's missing.
I think you're correct. The characters aren't as charming. It's too long. If it was half the length, I think this would be fun. And it also kind of suffers from the problem of, like, the plot is going to start next book. So, yeah, let's put it in lukewarm then. Because it's not a terrible book.
And that is a generous lukewarm.
You want to put it halfway between burnt and...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Joe. When you let me down like that, I'm gonna get angry.
Let's see. The Infinite and the Divine.
Wait, Will, this was another.
What?
That was just the two of you, right?
No, it was
No.
three of us. It was me, you, and
Yes.
yeah, it's the three of us.
I just remember I was like, this is a video I did with Will.
But it wasn't just us.
No, it wasn't.
I was thinking of the
believe you
first one you
forgot
guys
her.
did.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I thought this was fun, but I don't love whimsy. What did you guys think?
Warhammer is whimsy?
This one's whimsical.
It's whimsical AF. I would say like crunchy, lukewarm range, I would say, but I would say probably crunchy.
What do you think, Ellen?
I love this book.
Yeah.
Ever since
not
we
a
read this
Bionicle
book,
fan.
I've been thinking about how I want to reread this book and keep reading
Really?
Warhammer books, but all the Warhammer books is just going to be this book over and over.
That's so cute.
Yeah, this is so atypical for a Warhammer book.
It's
let's
so
put it in.
funny with the Necrons, and it's so good.
It was so funny. It was a cute book.
I would say
this
let's put it in
author
crunchy because I
write,
enjoyed
when
it, but
this
it's not.
author writes descriptions. He is so good. I want to lick him. Not in a weird
Anyway,
sense.
I don't know if there is a not weird sense.
Put that in. Let's put it
fine.
in crunchy
I'm Swedish.
because I think it's a good book, but it's not. It still has problems, and I think crunchy is pretty fair to it.
I'll settle for crunchy.
It's something I always struggle with is that we got to remember this is not a manifest for one of us. This is a manifest for 5 people. By the way, guys, can you slightly see the lines of what's behind us on our videos? It's bothering me. I can't tell if it's just me.
The
Sonic,
lines.
it's a Swedish thing. You get it.
Okay, Onyx Storm. Do we even need to talk about this?
Oh, God.
We don't need to talk about it.
We don't.
That by far, that took that out of me. Like,
What is it?
That's for the
I don't know
fourth
what you guys
wing,
are talking about.
The
I've never
third
read
book
this
in the
before.
fourth wing.
You've never read it before.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Remove it from your brain.
I don't know what this is. I'm sorry, I have no input. I never read this. I think it's mostly you guys on this one.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about it.
I think that tells you where I would put it. By the
The
way,
thing about it is, it's the worst of 3 terrible books. Like, this is the author just smoking, just going on
made me
fumes.
nostalgic for Fourth Wing.
Yeah,
It does.
Making
almost.
shit and sex scenes up as they go, and writing the most insufferable people being the most insufferable and self-absorbed and incompetent they could possibly be, and then get rewarded by the book.
Lenny, no, she's the smartest girl ever. Remember? She's the smartest girl in the whole world. Did you forget?
They keep saying that Violet is smart, and I'm like, where?
Show me. Can I see
you just went
evidence?
so high pitch. I don't think I've ever heard you go that high pitch before. And
And there's just so much stupid world building because she thought she needed to put it in there that just wastes a ton of time. It's so bad. It's real bad.
There is
See
not
the U.S. Dutch Kitty comment. I re-listened to those 3 reviews to hear Katie slowly go feral book by book because I did start out very
okay.
even ground, which I think is appropriate. And then slowly but surely, Yaros lost all of what little respect I had for her.
I read all of Fourth Wing on an airplane, so I was like kind of just like, you know, in the zone. I was like, you know, it's a page turner, it's stupid, the world building is dumb, but like I got through it very easily. But,
that's something that Will and I even said, is the book goes by fast for Fourth Wing. This book broke me. That video is the most joyless video on the channel.
There's fun roasts, and then there's this.
Yes. And the only other video that is that... Actually, no. For Shadow of the Conqueror, we had fire, as in the fire of rage. That video, like, when I enjoy rewatching a lot of our roasts, because there's a funny...
Not that one.
This one is,
to us. Not that
There's
one.
no
that
soul.
Depressing.
She sucked the soul.
Joyless.
It's limp. It's limp.
Onyx Storm is really a moniker for a void of emotionless, no joy, no happy experience.
Yes. US Dutch Kitty said, y'all looked exhausted by the end.
I'll read the fourth one on my own and then get you guys in a video and just explain the plot to you.
Oh, you should do that.
So funny.
That would be so funny. I said that, we should get the interns to do it, I think was my joke at the time.
Oh my god, please do.
I will do it on my... I've committed this far. I have to finish. I have to do it. I have to see how this train wreck ends.
Okay, Lies of Loch Lamora. Did you read this, Ellen?
Burnt.
I have read this book twice.
Why?
In a good way?
People generally love this
okay,
book.
no.
The internet does.
Oh, okay.
You know,
what is happening?
This guy.
Why was there a pause?
This guy is Rothfuss.
Oh god.
And his fans are the most rabid animals you could ever meet. Don't ever say anything bad about this book in their presence.
Just put it there then. Let's not comment.
They will annihilate you.
You know, the thing about it is this is the crop of like 3 or 4 books I tend to think of together. This one, The Name of the Wind, and The Blade Itself. I don't know if they came out at the same time, but I always think of them more or less.
I think it's around the same fantasy era of publishing.
And it's the same kind of fantasy is how I think of it. But The Blade Itself showed so much more promise than this did. It's not that all of this is bad. He's good at times, but it feels just so much more masturbatory in terms of like, he's the coolest boy in school.
This book is so incredibly
the thing is real quick,
and written about thieves by a person who doesn't know anything about thievery.
Yes. So I would say this. The first, because if you rewatch our review, you'll notice that for the first half of the novel, which is the majority that I read too, I thought up until the point of, and if you watch the review / you've read the book, you'll know what I'm talking about. I thought up until the point of the weird, like, manipulation of ships / battling women on with the sea creatures in the water and everything. I thought everything up to that point was fun and interesting. I really thought the introductory narration was stellar. However, nothing was glued together. Everything seemed to fall apart. It provided stakes that were large and then said, just kidding, those aren't the stakes. The stakes are this small. And everybody's nodding, so you get it. You understand.
The book is trying too hard to be witty and like counter and like subvert and stuff like that and deconstruct, and like it's not good. And then there's a side quest like near the climax of the book for no reason that adds nothing.
Suddenly it started out about thievery, and then it became an extortion plot, and suddenly it's a mafia feud thing. And the first book is also pretty good. Like, I'm sorry, it's pretty good. I hate it, but it's pretty good. It's competent. And Lynch is a talented writer, yes. The second book, however, is where the masturbation reached frenzied levels and
frenzied
levels. I think Burnt. I think Burnt
I say Burnt. That's where
because it's not the worst book, but it isn't good.
The author was talented enough in enough ways to keep it out of soggy, but let me tell you...
And it's also the first one, and you can kind of see some of those growing pains, but it sounds like he just gets worse.
I was so angry the first half of this book.
Can I before we move on, I didn't read this book, but I have read Name of the Wind, and I enjoyed it the first time I read it. And then you read, the next one, you're like, oh, this is getting
Not
a little
very
much,
good.
buddy.
Yeah, it is the same.
But like I remember reading it, and like I was like, oh, I'm having fun. And then Kyle was like, did you notice that like there's no female characters except his mom for like the first half of the book? And I was like, no, I didn't.
Yeah, and of course she dies.
It is hard to
and
notice
his
those
mom
things.
is only worth remembering because she was so nurturing. She taught him about love.
Like, it's funny because, like, I didn't really notice the sexism in the book until Kyle and my brother sat me down and were like, this. And I was like, oh, this is a little internalized in me.
You know what it is? It is a very...
And got me to read it. And let's just say he's an ex.
You know, the thing is, and I talked about these as a 3 cohort, and it's kind of fantasy at the time period, is that, like, there's not exactly a hostility to a women, but a kind of forgetting that they exist as people. Like, Brandon Sanderson in Mistborn has literally just said he just didn't think about making any of the characters besides the main one female.
And you have to appreciate the honesty there. It's like, yeah, I just, like, I've gotten better. But, like, people like Rothfuss and people, like, they're just, they don't try to get better.
You know what the thing too is? There's not like The Witcher where you can tell that Sapkowski likes women just as people,
and they're all
And
such
has spent
nuanced
a lot of
characters
time
who
with
like you
women.
could actually run into in real life, and not just like a trope or like a hoo-hoo sexy pretty
You can
lady.
tell that some people are good lovers and some people just simply aren't, and they were a little hurt a little too hard. But that being said, Rothfuss,
you can just tell that some men pay attention to their partners and some
can I just
don't.
say, I still can't believe, Maria, that we never got our autographed edition
Copy?
I remember you guys
from
talking about
our
that.
roommate that was her
Cousin?
uncle or cousin.
No,
Her cousin.
cousin.
Her
Her
cousin
cousin.
is Patrick Rothfuss.
I remember you telling me
She
that.
calls him Cousin Pat, and
Pat.
we wanted a signed edition, but then unfortunately his father died, and so bless that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
You know,
But-
this is how you can tell that I'm a not like other men man, because I don't like Name of the Wind or Lies Luckmore. The one thing I was going to say though is that I do think this is something where Abercrombie is different in that he did have several female characters in his book that are like a little archetypal, but all his characters are a little archetypal. He's clearly still kind of interested in writing them, as people.
I just wanted to
Yes,
briefly
I know.
mention that before we moved on because it is
couple
very
of
much
people-
in that realm.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
A couple of people have mentioned that Murphy Napier, who is a big YouTuber, actually really loves this book. Yeah, her taste is not very good. A lot of people's tastes aren't very good. This is just a thing you have to deal with when you like people on the internet. Okay,
I'm Swedish. I'm a pacifist. Let people love the things they love, even if they're
No,
bad.
they need to have better taste. Be better.
guys, I called him by psing him, and he came. What? Psst. No.
What?
We're talking about your cat, I'm assuming? Yeah. Kid.
Yeah.
I still have
You guys don't
Maria's
understand how
blow-up
often I have to
mattress
cut
on my
animals out of
floor.
these.
I was gonna say, are you still enjoying having your own room?
I didn't cut that from the video, by the way.
So I lay down in this like every day, and my husband comes in and he's like, "Why don't you just lay in our bed?" And I'm like, "Because it's not surrounded by my things." And he's just like, "Why don't you just get a bed for in here?" And I'm
Yep.
just like, "There's no room. I can't do that." But I love this added this blow up mattress. I am laying in this shit all the time. I'm just like, "Oh, look, it's me in my singlehood. I'm still youthful."
It's so funny.
Couples
all right,
should have separate bedrooms.
I do agree.
I really
do
want to
agree.
read this.
If
I watched
was
the
rich
first
enough,
half of your review for this, and it sounds really interesting.
Had you read this, Ellen? Yeah, right?
this is
No, I
Did you
didn't
not get
actually
around
end
to
up
it?
reading it.
Oh,
No.
this
right,
is
okay.
crunchy.
I was going to put this on lukewarm.
No,
Here's the
it
thing.
deserves
It's-
crunchy.
I don't think it really functions fully on a story. It's a very good, you can tell the author's talented. It's written very prettily, but like, and this is a good size for it. It would be a problem if this was longer, but like thematically, it doesn't quite come together.
But, it's a fairy tale, Will. Like, it definitely, look, is it something I'll ever reread? Yes, once, maybe. But is it something I'll reread 3 or 4 times or share with others? Maybe, actually. So, that being said, I think it deserves crunchy if that gets that response from me. If you want to put it between lukewarm and crunchy, that's fair.
Wait,
It's because
we have a tiebreaker.
No, None of
Why?
us. No, Ellen didn't read it.
Oh no, so it's just
Yeah.
the two of you. Never mind.
I was gonna say the
Yeah, it's
thing
put in
is
between.
like, the thing is though is I think I have an unfair bias, to a certain degree. Meaning, again, I think one of the big problems is that when I review these books with everybody, and I think that's also another problem for all of us, is sometimes we're not reading, we're listening to it, which, you know, that just is simply, like, unfortunately that is, and when I mean all of us, I mean mostly Maria and Will. It's because I don't know about Elin and Valerie as far as audiobook
I usually
goes.
eyeball read things because I
Yeah.
can't pay attention to audiobooks.
I would like to eyeball read things because at the end of the day, it's a book. But the thing is I just simply just do not have the time to sit down and read. And so that being said, the audiobook, while I don't think it was skillfully done, I think it was interesting. The thing is they insert media into the audiobook where they're singing, and that essence of the singing is so thematically woven with the plot that when the singing comes about, it makes it feel very magical and it makes it feel very interesting and unique. And that's real, and the water sounds in the background. So they really do a whole audio thing, like a little audio experience. And so I think that heightens the experience. So I think the audiobook deserves crunchy. I think the written book would likely go into lukewarm. So that's kind of a hard
let's
say.
put it in between then, I think.
Yeah.
I also would like to read books because then I could actually pull out quotes like
Like our queen, Val here.
yeah, but
I've already
unfortunately
got
I just
tabs
don't.
on Time of Contempt.
Okay, there we go. All right.
I do have to say though, the Witcher audiobooks are stellar.
They're
God
so good. Oh my
dang.
god.
They
like
are really good.
that just is like I definitely am getting a one up.
Peter
on listening
Kenny
to the
and
audiobooks.
Moira Quirk, who did Gideon the Ninth, those are the two like peak audiobook narrators for me.
Yeah, no, they're really good. Hold on, did I? Someone you can build a nest in. Maria and Katie,
Lukewarm?
and then I think
Lukewarm.
Yeah, lukewarm.
It was good.
But it was a happy
good
lukewarm.
time. It was a happy
no,
lukewarm.
it's a happy
It was a
lukewarm.
good
It's just a
time.
lukewarm.
If there was like a popcorn, like kind
lukewarm.
of lukewarm, this is lukewarm, but
we
I
can
had
even
a
make
great
a little
time.
popcorn on it.
Mhm.
Like that
Yeah.
means like
Yeah.
we recommend it fully. It
Now, there's
just
some
is
butter
not
up
as
there.
skillful as crunchy and crisp.
Yeah.
Popcorn without butter.
No, I love
Popcorn
popcorn
without
without
butter.
butter.
You're
I
wrong for
love
that.
popcorn without butter.
All right, now here, guys, let's do the truth.
Oh, I actually have
Oh,
some things
that's
to
the
say
first
about this
place one.
after you guys are done.
This goes in fucking crisp. Like there's
It goes
just
in
no
crisp.
way. This
A
lives
million
up to the
percent.
hype. This book is super hyped and it's worth it. It's literally.
It's
I had,
gross.
for those who
It's
don't
so
know,
gross.
I read a bunch of horror books this year. It was called my horror arc, and this book was
Your
the last
horror
one I
arc?
read because after this, you're just like, it's not going to get better. Than
I've never
this.
read a better horror, and if I have, I can't think of it currently to compare it.
Ellen, do you want to
Yeah,
say
it's-
stuff?
It's a stunning horror. For me, it's crunchy.
Okay,
You wouldn't
then
put
maybe
this
crunchy.
in crisp?
Crunchy. No, it's crunchy because, listen, I like my horror to be a bit more thematical. I
That
do,
makes sense.
I love the
I get
book
it.
because it's body horror. It's super visual. It's super effective. It's so cleverly written. And
It's just
you
not
really
poetical
like,
in that regard.
Yeah, I like
Fair enough.
it to
I'll say
feel a
crunchy.
little more like a
Katie,
fairy
you need to have a
tale.
little bit more of a spine.
Is that pumpkin or marmalade?
It's
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
You can tell by the tail,
Aw.
she's a little bigger and fluffier.
Katie, or Pumpkin, do you want to show her, Maria, that she's still alive? She, earlier
Wow.
in the year, had 3, she now has 3 legs.
You showed pumpkin, but you didn't show
She's
fucking
a... People were worried about her. She was on the podcast all the time, and then
that
she
just means
had
nobody
cancer
gives a
scare
fuck about
and
Mochi.
lost,
Oh, look at
and
that
lost
butt.
a leg.
Well, people still see Mochi. Nobody sees Punk because of my setup.
Look
You
at the
can't-
boy! Look at the boy!
He loves it.
No, Pumpkin's like frenetic for love.
Oh, I think she's become more affectionate since she lost her leg.
She
No.
really has.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my
I
dog has
wouldn't
kind of
Oh
done
my
that
God.
too since he lost
She's
his.
needy as all get out, and she loves me. Like she's really taken on to How do you have a fingernail clipping in your fur? What the
Ew.
fuck?
She's
That's
like, you
normal
wish
for
you
her.
knew my. You
Where
wish
is
you knew.
Do you see her? She's trying to rub her face against
Yep.
your books, and she's about to displace your little pretend plant or for real plant. I can't tell.
Pretend.
See, so she's still getting around pretty well, guys.
Yeah,
For
she's still doing
three-legged
good.
cat.
Okay.
I gotta. Can I
Crunchy.
say? After you guys read this, and you guys were talking about, Kyle loves horror, and he and a friend of mine both really love horror. So I was like, you guys should read this.
Oh,
They
yes,
said
you
it was
read it.
really good. And Kyle and I went out to dinner for my birthday, and his car ran out of. He has an electric car, so it ran out of power, and we had to stop in the middle of the night and charge on this creepy ass thing. And he was listening to the audiobook of The Troop, and I was just like, oh god, the whole time.
So it's good horror.
It was so well written. The children were written so well.
well.
it's
Okay,
so
never mind,
interesting.
Chris. I go back to
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
I got Fiona, my friend, to read it also, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but
Yeah.
this is the.
Hold on.
I'm so
Oh.
hungry.
Okay, fine, is Chris. It's pretty amazing.
It's that the hunger thing. The thing is that I think that it does really well. Is first of all, I highly recommend anybody who hasn't watched our review of it. First of all, go read the book and then watch the review, because it's worth it. But specifically, the lab interludes that we get are
God.
so nasty. It
The one
deserves
that you and I
it.
did the critique stream on. God, I'm so glad I never have to think
Yeah.
about that scene again because I had to think about it 3 times, and that just.
But also,
I'm
if you're
willing to
someone
think about
who
it
can't
7
suspend
times.
your disbelief and who's really into the sciencey, things about tapeworms, you're probably going to be like, oh, this doesn't make sense. But
No.
it's fiction.
No, it's
made
science
up.
I think it
And
works.
it's
I think
super
it works.
effective at what it does. It's not saying that this is something we're going to do.
Crisp.
Yeah,
I will
it
agree with
sounds
Ellen
like-
that thematically it could maybe have done more. The Only Good Indians, for example, tried to do more thematically, but this just it works. It does so many things really fantastically well. That I just think it just needs to go in there. And okay. So then while we're at it, let's do The Queen, the other book that he wrote, Nick Cutter wrote by the same author, which is about a high school girl who starts to become a wasp queen. This is tough because I really wanted to like this, and there are certain things about it that I really like. The relationship between the girls, I think, is really cool. Is actually really well done. It kind of matches that kind of high school girl friendship feeling that I don't have, but I've heard people express. There's some cool body horror, but there's also parts that are kind of stupid, like the one guy who basically just wants to have sex with an insect version of his sister.
What?
There's
What?
it makes sense.
Say
sometimes.
what?
This is how you know Maria doesn't read our books or doesn't watch our reviews.
Not for the scary ones.
He started, as a kid, he had a hard-on for his sister, and then the sister
No,
died, and
don't do that.
in his brain, that trauma cemented as a deep sexual paraphilia, where he wanted to kind of recreate her so he could,
She didn't just die. A river of ants came over and ate her from the inside out while
a
they were
trillion
also eating him.
marabunta ate her alive.
And the only way he survived was by pouring gasoline on himself. And
Sorry, what does this have to do with him being horny for his sister?
well, he saw her die that way, and
And-
obviously
and
that makes you.
their father was a scientist, so he'd gone on a project out in Africa. So the kids grew up together and had no one else to hang out with. So they got weirdly imprinted on each other, and he was hitting that puberty stage where he had feelings and he had nowhere to direct them. And it's
Here's the thing. I actually think this would make for a great movie because one of the things I said to Ellen while reading it is I'm here for the weird, fucked up body horror and weird, gross shit, and that's why I would watch a horror movie of this, and that would be great. And it's not that Nick Cutter isn't talented; he is talented. There are scenes in this that kind of work, but it doesn't come together in the way the Troop does, where the Troop has, the Troop just. I would actually have to think a little bit more about why they work better, but the Troop comes together better.
I didn't
the
read the
truth
Queen.
is more plausible.
Oh,
That too.
fair enough. Also think about the title comboed with the structure and the dissemination, and then comboed with the characters. It's called The Troop, right?
Val,
Cohesion.
are you still eating the same yogurt cup?
Yeah,
Don't judge her.
It is.
Anyway.
It's been an hour and 48 minutes.
It's a little lukewarm. I'm not gonna lie.
Just like some of our books that we read. But that being said, like the troop, there's something to be said for expectation. And the thing is it's titled that. You go into the expectation of a Boy Scout troop. And there's something very clean about that, especially the way it's presented. And then to have a parasitical character come in that is literally filled with parasites, come and disseminate the whole, which is the body.
Yeah.
No,
Katie's correct
but
here.
my
It's also it's more contained too. It's one area. It makes sense they can't leave, and it's one kind of body horror. Whereas this was like people are Play-Doh, and then we're playing like a game.
But more importantly, it's again like the body is a whole, just like the troop is a whole, and from an outside piece that goes within you, but also once it goes within you, it's a part of you, but it takes you down. The thing is a lot of the characters, including the children, had character flaws that were very not only realistic, but very well portrayed and then fattened up by like plot and like background information. And so to see those things literally get eaten up from the inside out is very thematically satisfying. And that's why I personally think the troop is so good, is because it is saturated with its own essence. It is, everything goes into itself in what what it's supposed to be saying. And so that's why it's so good.
Yeah, the author completely forgot to hook us with the character who went through this awful transformation in the Queen in the same way that they did in the troop. That is true. So for me, I really liked the themes. There was some talk about, like, the title is actually very telling. Like, what is it to be the Queen? Like, in a bee sense, like, bees live some pretty horrible lives. I'm not gonna... Being a bee queen does not sound like fun, and that's basically what the book is kind of about. This is the book that
made me realize that Ellen sometimes has really good... Not being super critical of books can be good, because sometimes she looks at a book, and I look at a book like a puzzle of like, okay, what's the theme and how well did the author execute on it? And she looks at it as a reader and goes like, oh, what kind of a theme can I get from these parts? And the part where you were talking about how like the book is sort of about how animals, when mapped animal lives or biological realities mapped onto humans would be really horrific. And I was like, oh, that actually is a really interesting reading of it. So sorry I interrupted you, but that reminded me of what you were saying.
But what you were saying, yeah, and that theme of like, because you were right, bee queens, it ain't a good time.
No. And the book, if the book was more about how, because what happens is that a girl's friend disappears, and what happens to the friend is that they are actually a medical experiment, and they are a hybrid thing that at some point in their life starts transitioning into a queen, a sort of human bee hybrid, and the metamorphosis is horrifying, and the psychological implications are also horrifying. But the book just isn't really focusing on that experience enough.
Yeah, let's put it in lukewarm. It's not terrible, but it's just not. It doesn't quite come together. There are parts of it though. Again, I still think about the two girls' relationship, and it was really good. Let's just finish out our next two horror books as well. We read. Why did these not appear on screen when I?
Where did they go? Oh no! Oh, they're there.
The layering.
Yeah, but they should be. Oh, here we go. From Below. That was not a good book. That's another horror book we read. That was earlier in the arc. I would put this in burnt. What do you think, Ellen?
Bigger.
Make it bigger, she says whinily.
I would say lukewarm, because it was very easy to listen to. It didn't demand too much of you as the reader. It kind of hangs together, but then the end bit is really disappointing, and that really brings you down on the whole. But a book is not just the destination, it's the journey as well.
And
Look at that,
journey
William. Some
wasn't
people have
scary.
cogs and clocks, but don't say it in so many as words, and they have really great input. So, Elin.
I couldn't understand what you
William.
said. Could you shorten that to like a short, snappy sentence?
Okay.
Like one that says that maybe like clocks don't have gears. They don't.
Shut up! I just said that.
Let's put it between lukewarm and burnt because I just didn't like it. It's not scary. It's not interesting. Literally, there's just no reason to read this book to me. Like, it's just like, okay, it exists. The Only Good Indians. I would put this probably in crunchy, just because the author's very talented and thematically it is pretty good. I mean, I complained about it a lot in the review,
Yeah,
but
you
like,
did.
there is like a lot of strengths to this book.
You complained a lot about it in the interview, but let's face it, that's what you do.
It is.
That's your brand.
90% of what you do on the channel.
Yeah,
where do you-
we love it.
Which people like,
Well,
so it's fine.
There's a lot in this book that's like rehashing what already happened earlier. But where would you put it?
Crunchy, yeah.
I put it in lukewarm, so let's put it halfway between the two. Okay. And
Val, why do your face look like that? Are you reading something?
Oh, sorry, I was just spacing out.
That's
Oh.
her. No, that's her spaced out face. She's done it so many times because I keep looking over and thinking she's frozen because she does the same with her mouth partially open, and I'm like, I think I nearly said, "Hey guys, I think Val's frozen," and then I realized, no, that's just how she's.
that's really
Listen,
funny.
So
listen,
funny.
we all have our spacing out faces. Let's not.
Lukewarm to
Let's not
burnt.
start judging too much.
Lukewarm to burnt.
Lukewarm to burnt, unfortunately.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
bummer.
think so. Some of them are good, some of them aren't. On the whole, I don't think it comes.
Yeah.
Together,
Let me
really.
tell you, two of the tentpoles of the channel just performing low this year.
I know.
Novik
Our-
and Stiefvater, like.
Shame.
Shame. Let's do this because it just came. The video just came out.
Oh,
Catabasis.
that's in Soggy.
Soggy. I did not enjoy that.
It's
I
soggy.
started listening to the
We don't have to
review.
talk
It's
about
very
it. It's
funny.
fine. Soggy.
It's
You guys went for 3 hours on that video.
Yeah, go watch it. Soggy.
Let's see.
So brutal.
And it's
me-
funny because for a second I was like, is it worse than Mexican Gothic? And then I'm like, yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it kind of is. Where like the thing I can give Mexican Gothic is it was short. It had things that made me go, "Oh, that's a
Not
like that's
catabasis
a
or
choice."
catabasis or whatever the fuck it is.
Catabasis.
Yeah.
Here, Starling House. I read like half of this, but Maria and Katie were the ones who really read it, and I think two
Lukewarm.
of the interns
Lukewarm.
read it.
Lukewarm. Just put it there.
Okay.
Lukewarm.
read
Move
it.
on.
Yeah. What would you agree
Oh.
with lukewarm?
No, yeah, look for him.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
They call it Lucas Worm in Sweden.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That was not even a joke.
It wasn't a terrible joke. Okay. Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. Oof. Okay. I'm gonna put Soggy
These front
again.
Covers.
I think it is soggy again. It's
Like,
better
it
in
just-
some ways, but it's not better as a whole. It's more. What was charming to some people about Irregular Witches was like sanded off of this one. She might have
Yeah.
improved with some of her like descriptions and stuff, but it was less charming to the people she was trying to charm, if that makes sense. Like it was just kind of bleh.
Yeah, it really was. It just wasn't. You're right. Any kind of charmingness kind of really was sanded off, and so there's certain things that are less annoying, but it's also just so bleh. And the author just has such an anvil with dealing with themes, and she has such a fetishization for white
And
men that I'm just like, ugh.
And I've got so many issues with the way she handles diversity because a diverse cast
Yes.
alone isn't enough to like. She's just like, look at my diverse cast, everyone. But it doesn't inform their characters in an
surface level.
interesting way. And like,
Yeah.
they don't have personalities. And just halfway through, we're just like, oh, these characters that are lesbians, they've been in love the whole time, actually. And I'm like, oh, okay, it doesn't do anything. Like, this is
You know what it is? It's in this uncomfortable limbo between them just existing as people and then them exploring the issues. Like if
And
this
she
was like
wants to explore the issues is the thing. She thinks she can, and she
Yeah.
just doesn't have the skill for it, unfortunately. And there's
Yeah,
a
it would be
couple
one
times
thing-
where she's like on the edge of something that could be interesting, and you're like, if you squint at it, like but it just doesn't work. It's too surface level. And
the more the further she goes into it, the worse it gets. It would be better if she just mentioned the character is this and then didn't try to relate it to themes and talk about how terrible
that scene where someone just
patriarchy is.
mentions the Wizard of Oz and she just cracks up like 2 lines later. She's like, "What? You talking about the Wizard of Oz?" And she just laughs. I'm like, "Why?
So
Why?"
bad. Okay, me and Katie, we read Pet Cemetery. Where would you put this? I'm a
Crunchy
little
and lukewarm.
torn.
Ellen read it too.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Ellen
gonna-
read it too. I would put it between crunchy and lukewarm as well. Like parts of this book are really.
I have read every single one of Stephen King's books at least once.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's too much.
I think the way I put it is that having this being my first Stephen King book, I was very impressed with it. But I think if this was my 10th Stephen King book, I'm not sure I would be as impressed by it. And I felt like the first half was much stronger than the second half.
I thought the hospital scene alone / whatever, the school hospital scene alone, I think deserves it to be in a crunchy or lukewarm area.
I'm kind of in that place too. What do you think, Ellen?
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
Oh,
Wait,
which one?
For crunchy, or so? Would you say in the in between, or would you
I'd
make
say
an argument for crunchy?
halfway between lukewarm and crunchy.
Yeah, that's exactly
like
what I'm
that.
thinking
Then
too.
everybody,
So.
you guys are all agreed.
A strange unanimous
Yeah.
half one. Okay. We're nearly done. Okay,
Thank God.
don't let the forest in.
Oh, let's put that in soggy.
Oh,
Who mentioned
honestly,
Dreamcatcher?
I would almost put for some of the rage that some of the other ones in Soggy give me, I would almost put Catabasis and Burnt, because there
Fair
are
enough.
parts of it
No,
that
that's
are
fair.
because it isn't this bad.
This is better than
This was horrid.
Catabasis.
No.
Catabasis.
This for me is worse.
Oh,
I did not like this book.
Mhm.
The author is not untalented. They are not untalented. Some of the prose is good, but
it's a horrible book.
It bordered on purple for a lot of it. The themes were all over. The characters were
So then you're saying
crippled.
soggy. Just put it in soggy and let's get on with it.
Yeah, I think so. It's a worse version of the spirit bars its teeth, and that it's doing the same.
It is. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
also
so much
writing
worse.
about something that's deeply personal to them, but it's done with less skill. It feels less like a book and more like a fanfic. And
Yeah, I gave you guys
also
some
just-
lists when you guys did the stream, but that was because I didn't hit all the bad parts yet.
Yeah. No, I remember being like, no, you have to finish and then you'll understand why I'm so angry.
It's
got
true.
worse.
People loved our little pregnant part, the weird pregnancy part that I was like, he should have given birth.
I still think it's weird how sexualized the teenage male is in the book, and I stand by that. Even if people in the
I
comments
know.
keep
Some
trying to
people
change
had
my
some
mind.
things to say about that, but I agree a little bit.
Any book that in any way sexualizes men, you will hate.
Okay, he's an underage boy, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay.
Don't
House
forget who the
of-
audience is supposed to be. Also, House of Leaves.
Oh.
I'll wait until everybody says everything before I say mine.
Wait, who among the interns read it?
I read it a long time ago.
Okay, so everybody gets to have a say. I really liked this. I didn't like half of it.
Half
and
of
I
this
think that's
book
pretty
is
normal.
crisp.
Half of this book is like beyond crisp, and then half of this book is soggy, and I don't quite know what to do with that.
Yeah, when it's good, it's really good. But you can tell it wasn't written as a book. It was compilated into a book. And as such, as a book, in the form of what we expect a book to be, it's a mess. So I would say lukewarm. Some great heights, some low lows.
I'm going to go with lukewarm, half crunchy. What do you think, Val?
That's
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting concept. It's like the it's fun to read. I feel like I'm sifting through a mystery, and I love digging through a fun mystery. So it's like, it's fun for me to just like get my hands on a book like this. I feel like I'm doing something. But yeah, it is messy, and
a lukewarm book can be fun to read. That's what I meant with From Below. Like, it wasn't a great book, but it was fun to read.
So I'm going to say...
And it definitely has really moments of
Don't you
genius
dare put it someplace yet.
Katie isn't spoken.
Okay.
Katie.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so make it big again.
Make
Okay.
it big.
But I'm not going to move it.
Thank you. I'm going to say something
When 4 out
experimental
of
here.
5 people agree, we're not going to move it.
experimental.
I'm going to say something experimental. This is my favorite book of the year. And that being said, I think it deserves to be in Crunchy.
So, if I would have put it somewhere,
That's cool.
I would have put it because
William, you can suck my gigantic dong and suck it dry.
So for me, I actually
Look at Ellen. She's like, please, you could have done such a more graceful burn on him.
My natural, I'm with Katie in the sense that my natural place I would have put this is Crunchy because the lows of the book didn't get as low for me as they did for Will. Like, I enjoyed because I know exactly which half of the book Will thinks is soggy, and for me, I didn't think it was soggy. I thought it was lukewarm burnt, kind of. Like, there was parts of it that were lukewarm, parts of that, I mean, there was parts of that half of the book that I thought could hit Crunchy a little bit, but parts of it that were in that stage. And so for me, the natural resting place is Crunchy for the book, but I will not argue against a Crunchy,
well, Elin brought up a good
lukewarm
point. Elin brought up a good point. As a book, no, it does not do what a book should do. That's 1,000,000% correct.
How about halfway?
So
I think halfway is the point. Crunchy and lukewarm, which is where it was.
Where we had it before.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
When I read this,
you
was
can
more
suck
than
my gigantic dong.
I'm aware of the possibilities you are presenting me with.
Exactly. So the point being, though, is that the thing is, I think it's one of the best books I've ever read because of how experimental it is. Does that mean it's successful in what it does? No. Absolutely
I mean, the thing
not.
is also it's 2 books and they don't suit the same reader. Go ahead,
I read this book more than 10 years ago when I was in community college, right out of high school. And because like a guy I was like kind of dating recommended it to me, and he was like, "This is the best book ever." And like I started reading, I could just tell he identified with our boy a little too much, and I was like, "Ew, gross." But I actually ended up enjoying it. I didn't see so there's just like there's some ick to me about this book. Like there's an ick factor, but
I think it's also easy to kind of forget the parts of the book that didn't work for me and just remember the.
The book is explorative art.
Real
You can suck my huge dong and suck it dry were the first words I heard from another human today. Would that we were all so lucky.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay, 3 last books. Wild Dark Shore. This was me, Katie, and and Ellen.
Yes.
Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Anyway, I mean,
woman.
Burnt, I think would be my it's not the worst book, but it just doesn't work.
Agreed.
Fucking Dominic, I get angry just thinking about you.
I know.
I thought women were just born with the knowledge of how to raise children, but then my wife died, and I learned all of it by making my children raise my children.
Yeah, no, I know that also, but also combined with the fact that he lied to her the whole time. And big spoiler alert: ignore what I'm about to say for 5 seconds. Here we go. And the fact that he had her husband, like, in a
fucking keep.
It's done.
Also, can I just say I hate books that have bad covers because they make for bad thumbnails, and this had a bad cover.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
this
Bert, let's go.
This does not.
I loved Once There Were Wolves by the same author.
It just goes to show that sometimes authors have it and sometimes they don't.
They're so inconsistent.
Some very talented authors. Oh, Some Desperate Glory. Ugh.
Oh, where are you going to put that, William?
Okay, I think we all know that I despised this book.
You do.
It's
That's
just
an understatement.
So fucking stupid. It just, the author, here's the thing. People really like this book, and it's bad.
It's
and that's the
burnt.
thing that infuriates me more than anything in the world.
It's burnt. It's just
No,
you
this
have to
goes
put it in
Saga.
burnt.
No,
No,
this
you
goes
have to put it in
Saga.
burnt. No,
This
you have
goes
to
in
put it in
Saga.
burnt.
Wait, Elin, did you
I read
this?
it as
So-
well.
Now we get the tiebreaker.
She's gonna say burn.
Yeah, I'm gonna say burned because
Fuck yeah! Sorry,
Will-
Will. I just love watching you get outvoted.
It's not. I started this podcast. I can replace all of you. This
No,
list
you
is going to.
absolutely, you absolutely could not.
you
could
go
not.
ahead.
You don't
Go
have
ahead
enough
and
friends.
replace me.
Oh, you
Valerie,
liars.
stop.
ahead.
Correct.
That's too
Go
I don't have
ahead.
enough
It's
friends,
cool.
and you've already gathered the most charismatic of them.
That's so
Like,
funny.
You,
I will replace you all in a minute. This will become the
I just
Warhammer
become
channel.
gay for you.
Do you want to know
This
why?
will become. No, it's your woman brain making woman decisions.
No, William, you can just hush right there. Elin and I
Wow.
both know that her writing chops do allow it. The story was competently told.
No,
was it the best
no.
story
Oh my
ever?
God.
Was it
No.
the best
No,
story
no.
ever? No,
I'm
it
gonna
was
put it-
not.
I'm gonna put it in burnt. This book though is fucking
book?
awful.
The book tried to
It
talk
does.
about big things.
It does.
It was
Fucking
ambitious.
wonderful.
And
Will's actually. Oh! Did you
I
hear that
loved it.
tone?
I love
It's
it.
Yeah.
bad.
I
It's
did,
a bad
I did.
book, and it doesn't get credit because it's like the author's like, "Hey, you know what's interesting?
Guys.
Men suck.
Did you see what
Patriarchy
Maddie-
sucks.
did you
You're
see
never
what
going to
Maddie
see me
said?
again. And
What?
Click,
I
click
just, it
Maddie's
was nice
comment.
meeting you all. Bye.
You
Wait,
really
no,
need to
the
fight
next
for
one,
men,
Eden.
Will writes.
Eden.
White supremacists be like, why can't I just have a clean slate and have everyone forget I was an ass? Oh God, yeah, the main character was
That is
so
true.
bad. Oh my God, I've
That is
forgotten how
true.
bad.
That
God, I
is
can't believe
true.
You guys made me.
That is
Can't
true.
believe I start
That
this
is true.
podcast.
I hated the main character.
Oh yeah.
So many parts of this book are
That
so
hurt my
stupid.
tummy
The book
to excite myself.
rather effectively shows how people raised in really bad circumstances
No.
don't become good people.
No, I agree with Elin.
No, it
Yes.
doesn't. Go watch the review. I break down how it doesn't.
And
Me and Katie looked at the
I'm
giver
not
afterwards
talking about
and how that does
I'm
it
not
better.
talking about people who suffer abuse or things like that. I'm talking about people in really bad situations, like on a fundamental, systematical level.
Yes, Elin's
They
correct, by the
don't
way, everyone.
grow up to be informed, intelligent people. Because
No.
a lot of our social emotions, like empathy, are learned emotions. They develop during our childhood.
I
Stuck
cannot
on that.
disagree with this enough. Me and Katie did a close reading of The Giver and showed how through the prose of that, he already hints so much more at the culture and how that's built up.
That
this book is
is
literally like they
true.
just exist and they're terrible. And then
No,
also
no,
secretly,
no.
all 5 of her roommates were ready to start a revolution with her.
Wait,
Like,
pause.
let's remember how fucking
I'm
stupid
trying
some
to
of this
figure
book
out what
is.
this book is about. Just listening to you talk, and I
got
cannot
nothing.
figure it out.
No, don't worry about it.
white
It's hard.
supremacy?
No, William is correct. The Giver is better in that regard, but you also have to consider.
Giver is a classic.
Nobody's
Yes,
saying
that's what I was
this
gonna
book is
say.
a classic.
Yes, thank
But
you,
it's-
Elin. No,
it's
wait,
ba-
pause. The Giver is written, first of all, by a man. So his tone is different and the way and from a different era.
It's also
and
like
so
a middle
he
grade
writes
book.
very differently. And yes, he writes very competently and it's
Better.
very well done. But that being said, you have to think of this author and how she's been influenced, I'm presuming, on
To
a
be
lot
worse?
of science fiction of modern era. And so it
You're
comes
explaining
across
why
that
it's
way.
bad. And I agree. This is one of the many reasons it
It
belongs
doesn't
in
make
Soggy.
it inherently bad. It
It
means
doesn't
you don't
matter.
like it.
Two of the
What's
three
because
of
it's
them-
is it
bad.
burnt?
It's burnt. And we already placed it. Can we move on?
Can we move on?
Will not
move
choosing
on.
to abuse his Canva rights. I would like everyone to note that. Thank you very much.
That's the bare
okay.
minimum.
Okay.
Last one, Fate Forged in Blood, which is the one
Fate,
that
Forge, and Fire. Get the title right.
Fate Forged in
Ah.
Fire.
What do dragons breathe? Blood?
This was awful.
I'm still
a little
coming
salty.
down a little bit, so you two talk about it.
See, some of
Aemond
it,
is
some of
really
it was
hot,
fun.
and this book was not hot.
It was not. It was the sex scenes were awful. Like it was. I was entertained
this is
very
the
briefly in a
House of the
fanfic
Dragon.
way
I
during
remember
the
this
forced
video.
marriage part.
Yes.
Before they started having sex during the forced marriage part, you could feel the fanfic fun in a tiny little section. But everything else was just a slog or actively annoying.
Where
This
she
does-
teaches him to talk to his dragon after she's had a dragon for 10 minutes.
Oh my
You're
god!
just so dumb. And this is one of the books where the plot was so dumb, I just couldn't remember. I still don't understand.
It was so hard.
The brother got the big bad
So
dragon.
funny.
I didn't bother taking notes like I usually do for this one, so I was just like, how did they
shame.
get from point A to point
No,
B?
it was
like, this was
awful.
a mess.
We
And
needed
it
a
does-
Maria for it.
It does the romantasy thing that I hate so much, which all of them do, which is like sexism, bad society, you guys. Sexism, bad, women oppressed. And then that's it. And then, like, they don't delve into it. They don't, talk about it in the world building doesn't hold up this feminism 101 structure that this author is like, look, themes.
Let's not forget that she she came loudly so that other women would understand what feminism was. And
That was so embarrassing.
Wait, what?
Yes. There's a part of this book where she thinks while she's coming loudly, she's like, oh, let them hear what female pleasure sounds like to the other women.
Because they have probably never known it. Because
this was right after she
patriarchal
sexually ate
play.
some oatmeal off her finger, and they were just so turned on that they had
And,
to
like,
go
2
into the
scenes
privy
after
and
knife
like
play.
bang it out.
Why bang in the privy? It's nay.
It's not a bathroom.
It's like having
Hey.
sex
It's
in a porta potty.
Swedish.
It is. Again, it's like this is a castle, so it's a little nicer maybe, but this is not a normal. Okay.
And again, and her for catfishing me, thinking that this was going to be a sapphic romance, and but I'm so mad about that still. Ugh.
Okay. All right.
It's
So we
obviously
have.
soggy, but bitchy hot guys are fun. So I kind of had fun.
He stopped being bitchy and hot the minute he lost his
that's
charm.
when I stopped
As soon
having
as you
fun.
knew he was a man.
Well, as soon as he entered the bedroom, he was Mr. Daddy Dom.
Okay. So most of the books we read this year were in the lukewarm category. A few more roasts than crisps, but I don't know. I think we had quite a few crisps.
That's some good crisps.
We had some great crisps, and I would say a decent amount of crunchy. I would say the only ones I might move around a little bit, kind of looking at it and thinking about it, is I do think that Someone to Build a Nest In might be
I was just
actually
thinking that.
a halfway lukewarm, half crunchy.
Because that was such a pleasant, happy
It was
lukewarm
so,
when you guys
it
put
was
that there.
it was so, and also I just think there's parts of it, the comedy works. There's parts of the plot that works. The characters work. So I think it has some crunchy elements, and it has enough to justify a kind of half and half.
I didn't read it, so I can't say. The other things I'll say is that, I think overall, again, with one noticeable exception that belongs in Soggy, I think this is pretty fair. I think more than anything, we read a lot of uneven books this year. So The Only Good Indians, the Naomi Novik book, Pet Cemetery.
Even the Serpent series, I would
Blade
say,
itself.
like, there were some really, really good
Yeah.
moments in those.
Yeah.
Yeah, these tended to be very kind of hit or miss. Part of it is we read horror, and horror novels tend to like be very creatively driven and not very polished almost in a certain way because it is such an emotive genre that depends on emotions. And overall, again, I read a ton of these books. Maria and Katie both read a good amount, and we're gonna have Val on more because she got the
was
lowest.
so tired by the end of the year. He was like, I cannot read another romantasy. I'm done. Done.
It's really funny because you and Val really want to roast books, and I'm like, I don't want to. I just want to read good books, guys.
Yeah.
See, I'm
read.
totally
have
fine
a
with
fun
still
time.
roasting some because the thing is I'm like Val where I get a dirty pleasure out of reading some of them. And I'm fine with that.
I'm like looking under him. I was like, why is this so bad? I'm kind of just like watching a train crash, kind of. I'm like, this is fascinating.
You know,
I
it's
love
true. It's like
reading
if I had read
thrillers and just getting super angry by how stupid the writers are. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thrillers are fun for that.
No, that would be me if I read Warhammer books. I'd be like, oh, this is so stupid, but like,
Katie
war,
and I
grim
have to read
darkness.
sharp objects for mommy issues reasons.
Oh, yeah.
we do.
Oh,
Yes, we do.
Sharp Objects.
William, we did not do Dungeon Crawler
No, we were
Carl
going
yet,
to.
but it is on
It's on the list.
I actually may have Maria and Katie do that one because Maria was saying she wanted some whimsy. And that's supposed to be kind of like a funny book.
Also,
yeah.
this comment.
Yes.
Are y'all
Is
gonna read-
alchemized that Hermione Draco
Oh, is
fanfic?
it?
I
Yeah.
kind of understood
public
it from
one.
the context of that.
Is this the one where she's with Snape?
It's been
I
mentioned.
mentioned that to Will. I
Actually,
I would read it.
You actually suggested a different one. Wherever that one was, can you unclick it?
Wait,
I
is
think
that the
that's the one I
Snape one?
recommended. I think there's
No,
so
the
many.
one you did is like how to.
Oh no, it's a really
Whoever
long
clicked
one, like
this,
the
can they
mortifying
unclick it?
ordeal of falling in love or something.
I think
Yeah, the mortifying. Yeah, this one is the Handmaid's Tale meets Hogwarts.
Oh, that's manacled. Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's the manacled one. He alchemizes manacled. Yeah, I'm not sure. The thing about I'm having is that everybody wants to be on every video at this point, and the longer videos are harder. So
I can only read
starting to
so
have to
much,
leave-
so
Yeah, I'm having to leave people out of reviews more than add them to them.
Such problem.
I have to manage the list, guys. This is how it is. Believe me, those two Ashes and the Kings of Night and
You can
the
leave
vampire
me
books
off.
were so awful to read. To edit.
I'll
Those literally took me
gladly
maybe like
step
5
back.
hours each. But yes, no, we will have to. Maybe we'll do a bidding process, or we'll leave it up to the patrons. Oh, that would be fun if we had a
Don't do that. Wait,
Oh.
what do you mean?
like
But
a
for
poll
picking-
to see which book who gets to
a
read which book.
popularity contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, but that would make me feel like shit, honestly.
Yeah,
would
this
probably
is
get
giving
picked.
me
If you choose to do it, I'll
flashbacks to
understand where you-
everyone
what
was
you really care about, but-
Shouldn't you run for Lucia, Saint Lucia? We celebrate Saint Lucia here in Sweden. I don't know why no one does, but it's a huge thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, we have to have a blonde, tall girl who's Lucia."
Yeah, the thing
and
is like,
it was
this-
a big popularity contest, and everyone was like, "You sign up for Lucia," and I'm like, "No, I don't want people voting on me like I'm a prized horse."
Yeah, no, I would prefer to avoid that because it's just going to make me feel like I don't want to do
None
the
of you are
podcast.
financially minded enough to realize it can
I
lure
barely
people
want to
in.
do the podcast anyway, so please no. I don't want to.
Yeah.
do
Well,
it.
I just like attention. I'm happy being on once a month.
yes. Well, nowadays we're trying to have people on a maximum of 3 times, because like otherwise we're just gonna burn out very quickly.
Yeah.
It's been 4 years, and that's what's crazy about doing this is it's been 4 fucking
It's been
years.
4 years. It's honestly insane. Gina, also known as Mr. Sapphire to the channel, mentioned that the Gideon the Ninth video recording that we did was like 3.5 years ago,
That's crazy.
which is insane to think about. Like, it's been a great 4 years, guys. This last one for me
Has it?
personally, a little meh, but the podcast, great 4 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's been it's good. I think we found our niche too. We grow very slowly, but we have some very devoted fans. Yeah, bringing in a few more people to keep the brand alive.
And not just
Yeah,
any people,
thank
too.
you,
A really
guys.
awesome, very intelligent, very funny people, which is, again, why I would not want to do a popularity contest because I would never win it.
No, and I have to say,
You're very
like,
charming
scrolling
and fun, Katie.
through the field of
Katie,
comments after every video is so interesting because so many of you have interesting things to
Yes.
say and interesting reflections and little funny anecdotes about the books.
The comments
One of
we've
the
been
best.
getting on the Witcher videos have
Yeah.
made me so happy. There's so many people like videos
love
don't
it.
do that well, but people are just like, "Thank you so much for reading."
I
these."
know, I see that too.
and I'm just like, "Yeah." They're
Aw.
it makes me so happy.
That I had that
Yeah.
same feeling with. We recently got a comment on the Absolution video with someone who had just finished reading it,
Oh, yeah, that
Um,
one, yeah.
and it just like the ones where it's the lesser known videos, but somebody like finishes something. Like there was one I think for the Scholomance videos where somebody had finished
Mhm.
all and they had no one to talk to about it and they couldn't find videos talking about it and they found ours. Like those are the best because knowing that somebody went to look for something
And found it.
and they wanted to share
Mm-hmm.
the experience and it just it makes me so happy.
Yeah, James
Look at
Cordota says,
James.
$5 for everyone, including past super chats. No favoritism for me. Congrats on the anniversary.
Oh, that's
Thank
very
you.
kind of you. That's very
Thanks,
kind of
Jamie.
you.
but
Thank
I
you.
will be taking $18 of it and spreading out.
But
So
Yeah.
nice try, but
I told Will I found the channel because I was looking because Kyle read Shieldstar way back in the day and he hated it. And I was like looking it up because I wanted to see what the whole deal was. And I like found your review. That's how I found your channel. The
Really, Val? I didn't know that. That's crazy.
And Kyle recently reread it, and he was like, I was young when I read this the first time. This is actually really good.
It is. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate
It's hard to get past. It's hard to get past that original, very flowery bit of it. But yeah. And then, do you want to say how you found the channel, Ellen? Because yours is a bit more of the archetypal story.
Yeah, Jenna Moretzi catfished me into buying her books, selling them as dark fantasy. I'm a huge dark fantasy girly. I'm like, give me misery, I love it. Give me blood, give me war, give me revolutions. I'm here for it. So I was like, oh, a death competition. That sounds like fun.
I couldn't believe how bad the
And
Savior's
I was
Champion was.
so angry reading this book. I'm like, this is not what was advertised. This is also stupid. And why are every single character so incredibly insufferable? This is men writing women, except it's a woman writing men, and I hate it. And I need to find someone. I need to find a review to encapsulate my rage with this book because I hate it so much. And I have no one to talk to. And there you guys were. And I was like, I love these people. I'm gonna stay forever. I want them to me.
Nananan said, I was thinking the other day that there's no combination or individual members of this 5 that I dislike seeing. It's fun watching intelligent people be passionate about books. Yeah, I've been trying to like mix up who the groups are because I think it's fun. Like,
except for you've been keeping me and Maria apart.
I was about to say the same thing.
That happened by accident for like 2 months, and Val said it, and I was like, oh, this is a funny joke. I'm gonna keep them off of it. It's funny to troll them. Because I love trolling my friends.
Because Val and Maria together would be a lot.
Amazing. No, I think it would be fantastic. And it will be. Val
Catch
and
us next month.
Yeah, next month. I think October 4th, we're doing a live stream of... Is it a live stream?
I don't know if it's a live stream or not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not
unless
a live
you guys
stream.
want it to be.
No.
We
it
got
doesn't have to
like a whole 4 books pretty much to get through.
We're doing The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater, and all 4 books, and yeah, I'm super excited.
Me too. It's going to be great.
William, thank you not this William.
Other William, yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. It's very kind of you.
Very nice.
And I'm very, also, if you didn't know, William started writing because of our critique stuff and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I've seen him on the Discord quite a bit lately.
Prior to that, he's a huge theater person. He's a huge screenwriter, but not novelizations. And so he recently, or not, I don't know about recently, but in the span of things, started writing, and that honestly reinvigorated me for wanting to do more things and made me cry. I don't think he knows that, but that was really awesome. And also his piece is really competently written. So if you get the opportunity to check out KFC's thread, you can read it there.
Wow, that's so cool.
Katie, if you ever want some like help on KFC,
I do need help
in sometimes.
That's correct.
Because I do love reading people's stuff, and like probably not every time, but I think it'd be fun. I like it.
Yeah, no, I definitely need help. It's because I currently want to.
Okay.
Let's not demonetize this.
I'm not. You can't tell what that is.
Okay, Maddie says, your videos kept me company while I was living alone throughout uni. I'm very picky about booktubers, and your reviews have been super insightful, and I always feel like I learn something new. Thanks, Maddie. Are you Maddie from the Discord?
I feel like that's Maddie with an I in the Discord.
No, that's Maddie with an I.
Not though. Sometimes it's different. But either way, you guys are both
have several Maddies.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to. It's funny. I was telling Ellen the other day that like sometimes I read a book and I'm like, I don't have a ton to say about this, but if I can make like 3 or 4 smart points, I'll feel like I've done my job. And like there are several books like that. And then obviously through conversation, you end up.
Sometimes
I depend on my hosts a lot or my co-hosts quite a lot sometimes to get the ball rolling.
Honestly, I have the same feeling where sometimes before recording, Christopher will be like, oh, what did you think of the book? And I was like, I have an idea of what I think about the book, but I will come away from the video with a very crystallized idea of the book, because talking through it, just like, again, you need only look at the Absolution video to watch Katie, Elin, and I just process that book together communally and then walk away being like, never mind, I fucking loved it.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was so funny.
Just as a side note, I wanted to, your critique videos made me start writing again as well, and I've been working on for 3 years now. And then
That's
also,
awesome.
it said here, if UTT had done something for me, it's making me more confident in my own writing because of some of the books you reviewed got published, and so can mine, which is really a good thing.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, I've been recommending the channel to everyone who understands English around my country. All the Turkish demographics are probably all from my crusade.
Oh my
Well,
god,
thank
that's
you.
so cool.
If you guys actually have any questions for us, especially the 2 interns, because they're not on a lot,
Yeah.
you can put those in. We
Q&A.
probably won't go for much longer now that we've finished. I had a game for us to play, but I think we can just leave that for its own
Yeah.
No trope.
Content.
stream. Yeah, I was gonna have like the romance tropes video we did, but just for Ellen and Val, and then what would happen is the 3 of us would say whether we think Ellen or Val likes
Oh,
it
that's
more,
cute.
and then you guys could do that in the chat as well.
That would be so cute.
But I think that can be its own stream. I don't think we need
Yes.
to.
That's
This
true.
one is
It's-
already
it is 2.5 hours.
We could mix that with Am I the Asshole if there's time. Because you were thinking of doing that too.
I want to, but like nobody actually came up with any good ones. So.
Wait,
there
what is
was a
this?
couple of good ones.
I thought mine was
There
funny.
were some really
Wait,
good ones.
what is happening?
There were some good ones.
You know, am I the asshole on Reddit?
Yes.
AITA.
Stories.
So I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we came up with ones in universe from
not
books?
you. Me. That was my idea, sir.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. I can literally show you the text message where I gave you the idea.
I mean, it's weird because I know you tend to be right, but I also kind of remember telling you about
Don't worry.
that. So
Yeah, but-
Wait, can we just explain it?
right.
Yeah.
So basically,
Yeah.
we do that, but instead of like Redditors writing in, it would be people from the book. Like,
Yeah,
I just met
imagine
my second
you're a
husband.
character
Am I
from the
an
book.
asshole for, cheating on
so-
my fairy boyfriend?
No,
Question.
Imagine
Go ahead.
Imagine you're Emily from Emily Wilde.
Yes.
And she's
Yes.
like, oh, and I went into town and then I did this. And she tried to give me things for free. And I said, oh, no. Absolutely not. I can pay for myself, you know. And then everyone's mad at me. Am I the asshole?
So wait,
Mm-hmm.
logistically, would we write these before?
No,
Well,
So
okay,
what-
so this is what was going to happen: is I was going to have people on the Discord write them in, and then and then we would answer
that's
them.
cute.
But that
And we
didn't
would
And
be
then
like,
know
wait,
what
that book.
character it was afterwards, if
Yeah,
it's a
which
surprise, if
book.
it's well written enough.
Yes.
I think the other problem is the other thing we could do is like have Chat GPT do it, but I know people are
Oh,
very
yeah.
against it. But like a lot of times the problem is that it's not as people wanted to do it as a joke. Like, let me write the terrible thing this person does as an AITA, and it's like, okay, but that doesn't really spark a conversation for us to have.
Wait.
August 13th, 2024.
Oh God.
You know what would be funny? Romantasy themed, Am I the Asshole posts. Am I the asshole if I locked my fiance in the house because she keeps trying to put herself in danger and just died 2 months ago? Am I the asshole if I say no to marrying a guy after I cut his hand off? That's so funny, says William. That'd be hilarious. I'm very funny. I was thinking we asked the ducklings, that's what we sometimes call the patrons.
I call you guys the other ducklings.
To write some of them, and then we read them and then post them as TikToks and YouTube shorts. And then Will makes up one. Am I the asshole if I keep asking my boyfriend to tell me secrets when my mind can be read by my best friend? So
See, the thing is, like, that's funny, but it's not really going to spark a lot of conversation. You know what I mean?
But
so it's
funny
like,
alone could be great. Also, as a side note, before it gets forgotten.
Ellen, important question as a fellow Scandi. Did you read The Shamer's Daughter? I'm terrified of having people analyze it and ruin the nostalgia, but I love those books.
I actually went on a whole Google crusade right now because I was like, that is obviously not the original title. It's got to be something in Swedish, Danish, or Norwegian. So I just went on a whole quest. No, I actually have not read those. Should I? Tell me.
Also, What the Dog had asked a couple questions about Babel. You know, the thing is, like, this is one of those books that's very well reviewed that I know I'm gonna hate, and like, I don't feel like being like disappointed yet again by another book people think is great and is going to be terrible, and then I'm going to have to rage at it because people like it. I knew that was gonna happen with Catabasis, so I was like, I'll just let Katie and Maria do
Yeah.
it because it's new.
And the thing is, what we don't like doing as a channel, unless it's like something like Fourth Wing or it's something like that that's so popular and a ton of people are doing it. But what I don't like doing is I don't want to read something that I know I'm not going to like, and it's just being like for the really roasty ones. But like we read Poppy War, and for the most part, I was like, I didn't jive with that author. Part of the reason why I thought Catabasis would be better is I saw some reviews and some feedback about it, and also just the idea of a journey into hell just sounded really fascinating.
Yeah,
Academics,
that's so cool.
It does.
I mean, if you look at our list, let me bring it back up for a second. That didn't want to.
There's also a thing saying like if you read a lot of books by the same author and kind of going in knowing you're not going to like it, it starts feeling personal.
It feels
on a way.
Exactly.
And you're not really out from you're not really out for that character, that author as a person, but it starts feeling that way when you just go after everything they make and then you tear it down.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
That's the thing that people don't really get. Very early in the channel, and I remember Maria saying it, I think during the second like Savior book or something like that, we're like, we just don't want to become a roast channel. We don't have it in us, even though those videos are the best and we could be doing so much better as a channel if we just did roast videos. We don't really want to. Like, if you look at this list, books we knew going in were going to be bad were Very Secret Irregular Witches.
But I went into that wanting to like it, so like...
Yeah, even then, Shades of Blue, Mexican Gothic, I knew was going to be bad, but other people, you know, Ox Storm we knew would be a roast, and Fate Forged in Fire we knew would be a roast. All these other ones, we went in going, okay, these could be good.
Yeah,
and we read this, not the sequel, but by the same author as Irregular Witches. I read that just because I wanted to see how she would do with her second book. Sincerely, I wanted to see how she would do with her second book. Like,
that was also part of the idea behind Catabasis, was that it was like, you know, let's see if the author's improved. And sometimes they do. Do we not have it here? We must have done it. I must have missed it. Me and Ellen did the Indian book. What's its face?
All the Good Indians.
Yeah, you did that.
No. The other Indian one who did Ember in the Ashes.
All My Rage.
Oh, yeah, you left that
off.
off.
We must have not put it in there. That would have been in like lukewarm to crunchy. But that's an example of us wanting to read the same author and going like, oh, let's see if they've improved. And in that case, they had. Well, and they didn't really improve. I think that was just a better fit for them. But we do sometimes do that. But it just tends to be like authors don't really.
Yeah. And it really, like, I don't want, and that's why we really haven't done, even though the middle grade book that they wrote, I'm blanking on their name. The author of, I'm blanking on the name of the book. The one that got us the most hate, that video. What was that book called? No.
Iron
Widow. Jiran J. Zhao. They've published other books, including a middle grade book that seem to be funner, like reading it. And if we did one, I think I would do that more so than the sequel to Iron Widow, just because it is something completely different. Because I have no interest, especially like to just target it. We've accidentally, and partially just because of the way it is a fundamental piece of the channel lore, become a bit of a Jenna Moreci like the Saviors series is as a roast is kind of fundamental to the channel, and so that like
that's where so many of our fans come from, our disillusioned Moreci fans. And
I don't really want to. We are going to read the third one because, of course, we are. Again, it is a foundational to the channel.
Makes her entire living by telling other people how to write.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
And that's part of it. But also, like, for some of the other authors that we didn't like the books of, I have no interest into continue, like, especially when other people have really liked them, or if it's whatever the case is. I just don't want to do it. I'm not here to find an author and bash them to death,
especially if we've already said
writing.
That they have, like, that's the thing with Onyx Storm is like, yeah, it's worse, but it's also kind of at this point where we're repeating the same problems. We don't really need to analyze it and like, also roasts are sometimes fun and sometimes they're not. Like Shadow the Conqueror was not a fun roast, really.
It was not a fun roast.
So like, even though that video is doing so well, that has overtaken Saviors.
I was in
It's
love, but
literally
I had
about-
fun.
It's because of American politics.
I'll never forget. I showed up like 2.5 hours into that stream and I was like, oh, you guys are still going? And then you were talking about how all of these women in court were like, actually, I love that I have this baby because of all the horrible things
Yeah,
that you did to me.
that's-
And I was like,
Oh my god, I forgot that.
like, I popped in right at that moment and I was like,
That's the first thing I think of every single time I think of Shadow of the Conqueror. I think of three things. I think of Maria making fun of the sword thing at the very beginning when he's like, come at me, young man. And Maria's like, it's been years. And
It's
so
been
I think of
literal
that.
years. What are we doing?
The second thing I think about is I think about the free fall skill giving thing that's like from a video game, which is
so
kind of funny,
long.
but it's really bad. And then finally I think of the pregnancy thing and I'm just like, wow, that was so in poor taste.
You forget
like,
the
It's
crimes.
just not well done.
It's really bad. And it's not great. And that's part of the reason why we're probably not going to read Babel, guys. Not specifically that, but this
Yes.
whole discussion. Because at this point, I don't think I like, and from what I've heard, Babel has a lot of the same issues that Catabasis has. And I did say that I thought that Catabasis, for me, was a better book. It was at least more focused, and the scope was specific enough versus Poppy War, which I just found was too all over. But I don't.
Also, can I just say, having learned a little bit about Mao's life is so much more fucking interesting than that book. Like, Mao as a figure has such a more interesting, like, story. But anyway, go ahead.
And so we're probably not going to read Babel because I don't want to just sit and pick at Kwong's books for no reason, you know? And same with almost all of them. The ones, like, I'm less, like, we read 3 of Yaros's books, but, like, those are...
there's no soul in those books. She's not trying.
I also feel less bad about raking the smut books because
It's
I
kind
don't
of
know,
like they're
guys.
asking for it to be in mainstream media and like that.
And
like,
it's just everywhere, and everybody's like shoving it in your face, and I'm like, no.
Well,
Again-
one of the reasons I wanted us to do Shadow of the Conqueror is because there wasn't like a concrete, fully fleshed out critique of the book on YouTube.
Yeah.
There were a few people who had looked at it, but I wanted there to be like a...
Youtubers had reviewed it, but they had kind of liked it. It was before Shad started doing his Shadnanigans as well, so people were viewing him a lot less critically back then.
There's been a couple. Westside Tyler, I think, did one, and there's another one by another booktuber that I forget the name of. But I wanted something that people could be like, if they Google Shadow the Conqueror review, they can understand how terrible it is. The first Fourth Wing book was also kind of like that, but like so there's a newsworthiness of it to a certain extent. It's okay to go in knowing we're going to roast a book, but in general, like, unless it's going to be a lot of fun, I don't.
Yeah.
there's no point because then at that point it's just again it's shade throwing for the sake of shade throwing, which is not what we're here to do because that's exhausting and not fun. It's not really fun. Again, at the end of the day, it's really great to read great books.
And also, it's just fun to talk about books with friends. It really just is. Having discussions with, like, there are so many times where I read a book and I'm just like, I can't. And it's been a bit weird reading books that only I have read because of my hiatuses. And now I'm like, I'm an island. Who am I going to digest my thoughts with? And it's why I think people should have book clubs with their friends. Join our book club. It's a great time. Hawk in our Patreon. But you should, like, if you have a friend group and you guys have fallen out of reading, pick up a book together. Pick up a book you don't like because it's fun to do that. It's like when you watch Thanksgiving because you know it's not a good movie, but it's fun to laugh at it as you're watching it. And also one of the greatest opening scenes for a terrible movie ever. If you don't know what I'm talking about, good.
Go find out. The thing about it is humans are very social animals, and so we want to digest ideas through connections with other people and just connect and see what they see. And that's why, like, reaction videos are so, like,
and just take Absolution for an example. Like, reading the book, I had so many weird thoughts that didn't really line up, and I was confused about it. And just processing the book through you guys made me realize how much I appreciated all of the themes and all of the thoughts and all of the soul that was put into the whole story and in that book. And that is really the joy of literature. That is really the joy of being a reader and also having someone to talk to about it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Join a book club. Join our book club. Do one with your friends. Reading can often be an isolating hobby because people often read as islands. Don't read as an island, guys. Things are so much better when you talk about it. I think one of my favorite videos was Will and I's Persuasion. Both of the Persuasion.
Yeah.
It was great engaging in a book that I loved and had mainly engaged in on my own, and to like process it with him who had never read a Jane Austen before. So it was awesome for somebody who has watched
I love those videos.
Every
so good.
adaptation of a Jane Austen, this guy loves.
Yeah.
And so
but I haven't read them.
And so it was just awesome. And so like read, guys, and read with people, digest with people. As someone who's been doing it for 4 years now, it's honestly the best thing I can give you.
Wait, is that why I have the vinyl? Is that why they came out with the vinyl?
Oh, guys!
Probably.
Guys!
My husband bought me the vinyl edition of the Keira Knightley movie because I really like the soundtrack for that. I think the score is really beautiful, and I think it really captures Pride and Prejudice specifically. And I would never buy it for myself, and so he bought it for me, and I got it yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, I love this. But I was like, why are they coming out with the vinyl for this?
Yeah. No, we should do another Jane Austen book, Maria.
Yeah.
Can we do all of them? Can we just spread them out? Yes! There's only like...
Oh, he knew what she was going to ask.
7?
I'd
There's
like
not
to be
that
on
many.
Emma.
Oh,
Okay, here's what happens.
absolutely.
We'll have Maria do all of them, and then one of us will be on each with her.
There you go. You get to pick who with who. There we go.
You're already getting Spinning Silver this year, and so,
Hyperion.
and the Hyperion. So
It's going to be a Maria year. We're all looking
I'm so
forward to
Would
it.
happy.
you look at that? The year of the Maria.
Yes, my Austen arc. You had your
There
horror arc.
Oh,
This is my Austen arc, and then we can read some like really cool academic articles about the books, and it can be like, I love this.
and no one can watch the
Such a
videos.
nerd. Oh my god.
Okay, all right. Any last things, guys? Any last thoughts?
I'm very tired. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Just thank you all for showing up in the comments.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for
you
being
all.
nice.
If you're watching this video after the fact, thank you. You are the life of
made
this
it.
channel. We love you. Please keep coming back. Tell us your thoughts, and just keep
Join
being
the
such
Patreon.
a lovely
Join the Patreon.
audience. And check out the Patreon.
And check out the Patreon.
Support
May it let us.
independent journalism.
Thank you. You remembered. Thank you. Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.